Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys, guys and gals, and people from Asia. Tonight, the League of Ordinary Gentlemen proudly bring to you the Fantasy Football 5.
And we actually got 5.
Introducing Balls to the Wall, Brian Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
The Scorpion King, Andrew Speary.
Yeah.
Quick wit, slow feet, Ryan Robertson. Coach Jake Ruth. And JT the Commish. I like how that's an ongoing theme, Ryan.
I wish you
Well,
would.
I just don't do
the
those audience laughing. We're just so straight gay.
Straight
It's a contradiction.
Just went right to it, didn't you?
Yep.
You didn't even give it a minute.
Yeah, somebody got that marinate.
The wound is open and fresh.
Some big things happened in first week of the fantasy playoffs. We had it almost came down to be a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Armageddon.
Four.
We would call that Armageddon.
Would we call that Armageddon?
We'd have to.
Brian loves the chaos.
Love the chaos.
Absolutely loves it.
Love it.
Not losing, but the chaos.
I don't give a shit.
He likes the chaos.
He is an agent of chaos, is what I hear.
Yes.
Yeeth.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
That's Brian.
That's
I'm
Brian
one of them.
Roberts.
I got the lighter in my pocket.
I'm feeling the heat.
So hot.
Smash Mouth talked about that too. Remember All
Walking
Star?
on the sun?
No, All Star.
Might as well be walking on the sun. They are terrible, but that Astro Lounge album was fantastic.
That was the first CD I ever got.
We really hit that, by the way.
We really did.
Boys, our harmony is getting better.
I'm a big fan of Shrek 2.
Big fan of Shrek.
Yeah, because they I thought there was
They
the
did I'm
first
a
one.
Believer in the...
Was it the first one or the second?
I think it
Yeah,
was-
well, I meant like as well.
And then I saw her face.
I'm a believer.
Out of race.
All right.
Down in the
Really hitting the high notes.
I'm in love.
I ate supper.
Yo, makes a difference.
I'm a believer.
Jump in the throat a little bit.
Got
before.
the energy.
We're a little bit off. We're a little bit,
When we start the
bouncing off the
pod,
walls. We've already started.
It's the worst one yet.
We talked about all the fantasy football stuff before we started recording, so now we're just off.
Now we're talking about Smash Mouth.
And in no way is that depressing. If we can bring up Smash Mouth, Creed, and Nickelback every episode,
Bartender?
All right. Well,
Really did it this time.
let's jump into those first few matchups. Ryan, first matchup.
First matchup was Scorp versus Michael.
just get out of the way, brother. Just get out of the
Michael
way.
won, Scorp lost. Let's go on.
Keep going.
Actually, Scorp was 1, and Michael was the 8.
All right, so we had 1v8 matchup. Scorpion King, original projection 139 versus the 8th seed. Michael Smith, I'm immunized. Original projection 119. The final 71 to 103 in favor of Michael.
Score. What was your
Smith.
lowest output prior to this week?
I think like one.
So this first time you were under 100. So
Yeah, I've been
you
under 100.
this was the 40 points less than what you had been at any point of the year. And so if you had done 114, which was your previous low on the year, you still win.
I was averaging 138 points per game coming into this, so I got about half of my yearly average.
Dude, there's a couple.
There's a lot of pain behind those eyes, boys. I don't know if y'all can see
There's a
it.
couple things. There's a couple things you can
Alright.
count on in this world, and it's 8 beaten 1s in the League of Ordinary Gentlemen.
Dude, what the
And
heck?
Who picked it?
You did. I talked you into it.
No, I talked myself into it.
I
And I talked myself
talked you
out of
into
it.
it.
You talked me back into it.
Did you pick him?
No.
No, you were the solo.
I'm the only one that did.
and
He's
that's why I
catching you,
have it.
Trogdon. He can't
No,
catch you.
He
Yeah,
can't catch me.
I didn't.
But you separated
I
from
didn't
me,
pick
which is
myself.
even worse.
All right, so looking at this matchup, it came down to score
One
players.
one team scoring points, the other one not.
Just
I think I said it 2 weeks ago. I said if the Vikings, if the Cowboys, if the Steelers all have bad games,
I'm gonna
Score's
say
probably
we-
going to lose.
Yeah, we said that's like that was his entire point production was off of those.
Some good pickups by Michael. Give him a little credit with the Singletary ad before the game. I think
Right
he did.
before.
Yeah,
That
it
was good,
It was
man.
a
That was good.
Sunday
I
pickup.
feel like it was like 11.
And I was kind of like, who knows who was going to be in Buffalo? And Singletary had at least one touchdown.
Yeah,
Right?
86 rushing yards, touchdown, 10
Yeah.
receiving.
I mean, that was critical for him. So
Outscored both of outscored.
the two running backs combined.
Yeah, almost
almost outscored
outscored
the
all
two
three.
running backs and the running back flex.
Yeah, combined.
which that
With
was
16.
that was carrying the team there for a while. Cook and Harris, which Harris hasn't been great the last month.
No.
His is all volume, and then they just
Pure
stop
volume.
giving him the ball, or he's just ineffective.
So here's Harris over the past 4 weeks. 3.6, week 14, 23, week 13, 13, week 12, 5. So his previous low before week 12 was 5 in week 1. He's been at least 14 since. So 3 of his worst weeks came right at the end of the regular season.
Right
and,
when I needed it.
And in week 1 of the playoffs was his actual absolute
I mean,
worst.
he never really gets over 100 yards. It was either he was getting a bunch of receptions that were helping out, or he was scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, he rushed over 100 twice.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't much.
And then
And he's very talented, but that offensive line
and then
sucks.
Dalvin comes off that 44-point game.
And says, "I'm tired."
I'm going to get 50 total between the 2 weeks.
He did 10 points, and then he's on the COVID list this week, so you wouldn't have him for this
Good.
week.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, buddy.
And then Mike Evans goes out. What? A couple plays into the game. It felt like.
He's got a cough and a headache.
Yeah, that was a tough game for Tampa Bay receivers.
Yeah, because
That's a tough game for Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay
Oh, yeah,
lost their
shut
top
up.
2 receivers and their number 1 running back, who was third in the league, third on the team. in
They gave a
receptions led.
stat on that's the first time Brady has been shut out since 2006.
Mhm.
And there's not a single defensive player in the NFL that was in the league the last time he got shut
Yep.
out.
Wow.
I thought
What?
that was an awesome. Not a single defensive player in the league was in the league in 2006.
I'm really
when he
trying to
was-
ponder that now because I'm like, there had to be some
Drew
safe
Brees
year.
was in his first year with the Saints.
Who do you think's the oldest
What?
defensive player in the league, or who do you think's the defensive player who's been in the league longest? I don't know, but I'm just wondering. I'm just checking.
AJ's got to be up there.
What about the dude that's DN for Indianapolis? That he's moved around a little bit.
I was thinking Robert Mathis, but he's
Yeah,
out,
that's
he's
what-
he's
that
out
was
of the, he's
too.
out of
Is
the
he?
league. Yeah,
But he played last year somewhere, didn't he? Like some slap.
I don't think so.
Brandon Graham's been in the league for a while.
Are you looking that up, Ron?
Yep.
That's a
I-
good.
I'd
That's,
like-
that's a
I'd
good.
like to know.
Yeah, that is a good statistic. Taysom Hill.
I feel like it's probably like a deep, like what was the corner and the safety that played for Cincinnati and Minnesota for forever?
All right. You've got the top 2 oldest aren't currently on teams.
So they're not.
Oh, the top 3 aren't currently
Is it
on
Lawrence
teams.
Taylor then?
Oldest is Cameron Wake.
Yeah,
Okay.
he hasn't played in like
Yeah.
a year and a half.
Right.
Then Trayvon Williams.
Tremont Williams is the
Yeah, that's the one
corner
we're talking
safety I
about.
was talking about.
Bethea? I thought Bethea retired.
Antoine Bethea?
Yeah,
Play some about Brian Bethea. I'm like, I went to middle school with him.
we did.
Okay.
That's on a team is Calais Campbell.
Okay.
Baltimore, 34.
Okay.
34 years old though. That's crazy. Brady's 10
Out
years
of
older than
everybody
you.
that's on the team, I'm 2 years younger than the oldest defense player. I hate I looked it up.
Yeah, we have that thing now where we look at people and we're a lot older than them. Like
Yeah.
celebrities.
Oh man, this dude's getting old. They're signing him that much. How old is he? He's like 28. What are you talking about here?
32 over here. Big guy.
Old guy.
Oh, guy.
Big old guy.
There's things I want to say I can't say because we're doing the podcast. But you wait till we get this done with.
We'll get.
Just you.
Taysom Hill's been pretty productive last week, 9 points.
I hate watching him play football. When
I
he's
hate him.
quarterback.
But
When
we
he,
kinda-
when he comes in as a gadget player, I love it. When he's quarterback,
We
it's-
talked about that on the pod, right? 'Cause we kind of discussed against a good Tampa Bay run defense if he would face some difficulties with that. But I mean, what did even
Say difficult.
Face him what now?
Difficult D's? Like D's
D's.
nuts?
Got him.
he faced them? What did on his bench? Sorry, I'm
Prescott
Dak,
wasn't much.
12.
The drink
12.
I was.
So it wasn't a
No, it
bench.
wasn't.
Hey, your bench looked pretty good, Score. You almost outscored your starting lineup on your bench.
Your 2 best players were your tight ends.
Dude, you really did.
But you ponder on like what could I have done. to
Christian?
have won.
Ponder.
I was mouthing that to him earlier.
I mean, I like Samantha better, but I get you.
I can't read lips, though.
Yeah,
I try not to.
the beer kind of blocks mine too. But yeah, the only way I could have won, I would have to have like multiple roster changes. There wasn't like a single person I could have moved and won. So the chances of anything happening
It
like,
was-
on my bench, there was nothing I could have. Nah.
And if you would have
There was
lost
no
with
way.
a couple of the moves, like, yeah, he decided not to play Mike Evans this week.
Yeah,
right.
Idiot.
That's
well, I
not
was going to
happening.
start. I was talking to him about. I thought about starting Huntley because I started him in Michael's.
Nah.
But I'm like, well, I spent all that fab on Hill.
Yeah.
I'm going to start Taysom Hill. And then I thought about starting Miles after they had said that Sony Michelle and Henderson were both going to be the RB1,
Right, which that doesn't make
But
sense.
I still didn't go with Miles, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So
Sure.
there was no way I was going to win that matchup.
Yes.
I mean, you spent all that fab on Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Sean Payton and the Saints spent a ton of money on him and didn't start him until
That was
Jameis
fabulous.
gets hurt, and then
Sorry.
Looking at Michael's team, he had Jalen Hurts lead the way with 29. 2 rush touchdowns, about 300 pass yards, and a passing touchdown. Singletary, which we just spoke of. Miami's D was his 3rd highest score. They had 6 sacks, a fumble recovery. I thought they scored a touchdown.
they'd have more than 14 if they scored.
Yeah, they didn't have a touchdown.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought they did. Oh no, they Tua threw a pick 6, so they didn't get 6
They
points.
didn't get points
added
against them.
to their. You stop. Devontae Adams with 13. I mean, the rest of Michael's team was just kind of, average. I mean, both teams scored below their projection by a pretty good amount.
The crazy thing about this matchup, there were so many people playing on Monday and Tuesday.
There really was.
A lot.
And Justin Jefferson came out and scored a quick touchdown.
And then didn't really do anything after that.
Kirk Cousins didn't do anything.
He
after
threw for
that.
what, 87 yards or
Yeah, the
something?
least
crazy?
amount he's ever thrown for his career came in the first week of the fantasy playoffs, in which Scorpion needed him to have a good game.
Ryan, how's that cookie over there?
I haven't eaten that one, but the other one, his little brother,
Yeah.
took that thing down. It was good. You want a piece?
Nah.
You sure?
Is that birthday cake flavor?
Maybe. It's a regular cookie with sprinkles, and it's got birthday cake filling in there. It's
Yeah, it's birthday cake.
Looking
Filling
at
inside?
grab you
There's a birthday cake,
Got a little
cupcake in there for anyone who
Make sure you get the icing.
will
Oh,
you
you didn't get any
stop?
ice.
That's phenomenal.
I try to keep this pretty professional.
You try to keep what professional?
This podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, no, you can't put on the rails.
Looking at that, talk about Devontae Adams just for a second. He had 13.4. I was about to talk about that.
What about
So Baltimore, for 2 weeks in a row, instead of kicking a field goal,
Going for 2.
they go for 2.
I
and
just
they,
hated the play call.
And they, well, yeah, because he rolls out.
Yeah, with one
Roll
receiver.
out.
Yeah. And so you have two choices: throw it to that one guy or run it, and the whole defense migrates that way.
You
Yeah.
cut the field in
What-
half, and you've got 12 yards
What did
total
he do
to use.
the entire 3 possessions before then? Drop back, spread it all out,
so
and then just run
angry
through it.
about this?
Because that was a stupid
terrible
play call.
play.
Like
2 weeks in a row.
But they had lit them up 3 possessions in a row for touchdowns.
2 weeks
and
in a
then they
row.
don't do that.
Backup quarterback, you have the best kicker in football.
Yeah.
That's true.
Who kicked, what, a 70-yarder, it felt like earlier this year? It was like 65.
What a-
67.
didn't he?
Yeah,
That's
that's
last
record. Whatever it
year.
was,
Yeah.
it's at the record.
67.
It was against the Lions, I think, to beat them 19-17
Yes,
when the Lions had
yes,
that game in the bag.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't get it because Jay, you just said it. Like they had marched down the field a couple times. If they win the toss, okay,
Yeah.
they got a good
Good luck
shot. They got a good shot.
But if they lose the toss,
Well,
It's
then
Rodgers.
Rodgers is probably going to take them down the field. But
The Chargers lost the game by going for 3 4th downs and not getting them, and they come up tying and didn't get the ball in overtime. So, yeah, sometimes going for it on 4th down or going for the 2-point conversion for the win is not the right decision, but you don't know until you make it.
I didn't have a problem as much with the call going for 2 at home, going against Rodgers.
Sure.
Guy you don't want to get the ball in case you lose the toss. The bigger problem was with the play.
It's like Mac
so
Brown
the
going for
decision
Yeah.
wasn't a problem.
It was when Carolina
Carolina played
was
Clemson, and Mac Brown decided to go for 2, and they decided to run the option that they haven't run in 30 years,
Yeah.
probably.
It's like,
did it work?
It did not work. They lost.
Don't do something that hasn't been working.
Oh, no cookie!
It's like a biscuit.
It's actually a pastry.
Okay.
No, thank you. I got my own sweets.
Love a crumpet.
It's a pastry. I just read it off the box.
Scorp's now
Container.
divulging into food to help with
To
this
console.
matchup.
Comfort food.
I get it.
It's the holidays.
So for it seems like probably the 4th straight year,
Yeah.
8 seed knocks off number 1 and Michael Smith.
Is
I'm
it?
in
Have we looked? Because I said last week, it was like, out of the 4 of us that made picks, only one of us picked the 1 and 8. And I feel like it's more than 25% chance, or 25% in our league history that the 1 is
Did
lost to the 8.
It's a lot more than you would ever think.
Because we didn't start doing 8 teams make the playoffs until, what, like 7, 8, 9 years ago?
It's not crazy to say
I feel like it's been over half.
40%.
It probably is around half.
Well, who's been on one seed that has?
I've been on one seed I think 3 times.
There's
I think
been
I lost
twice I've
in
been
the
an
1-8.
8 seed and beaten Jordan when he was 1.
You beat George twice.
Yeah. This is the first time I've lost to Jordan in the playoffs.
So
I lost to JT in the 1-8 matchup. I think like 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
So if you've lost twice and you've
I
lost
think I've
twice,
lost twice. I know I've lost at least
One
one
twice.
twice.
excuse me,
Twice.
won twice as a
8 seed.
8 seed. So there's 4 right there.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done the league. This is the 15th year, so that's at least a quarter of the season. We didn't even have 8 teams for the first
Yeah.
3 years we did the league.
Right, that's what I'm
Wasn't
saying.
Michael an 8 seed the year he won? No, he was 1 seed. the year he
No,
won it.
he wasn't 1 either. I don't think.
I
think
thought
he was a
up
4
there.
or
I think
5.
he was. I think he's right in the middle.
Was he?
He was
Yeah.
like between 4, 5, 6, something like that.
4, 5.
4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I
You
said
said
5
5
instead
in
of
the
fifth. F-I-F-F. F-I-F-T-H.
All right. Good job, Mike.
All right, next matchup.
Next one, we got Andrew versus Jake.
All right, we have the 2 versus 7 matchup. Original projection 136 to 114.
113.
114. In favor of Turd Sandwiches. The final 118 to 109.
There you go.
In favor of Turd Sandwiches.
There you go.
All right, so this was
This
was
a
in
close-
favor of Andrew up
The
until
entire time.
This was the
Except
closest
for,
matchup.
except for Thursday night. Because after Thursday night, Jonathan Taylor had got me 23.
Yeah.
Nah, Thursday night was
Or
Chiefs
Saturday,
Chargers. It was
excuse me,
Saturday.
Saturday,
was
yeah, I know it was
Saturday's
off.
what, Colts, Patriots.
And I left some points on the bench during that game. And then everything else was a disappointment. Andrew
Sounds
left
like
some
when my
points on
father
the
was
bench
talking
too.
to my mother
I'm not
about
saying
me.
he had a defense and a receiver that if he had started would have dramatically changed things.
and a
And
running
running
back.
back. Yep. So me and him both talked about it. Left points out there.
Yeah.
I had given up by Tuesday because I think I was like 45 points with Odell going.
38.
38 with Odell. So
So you had to have Cup and Stafford outscore Odell by 38.
yes,
How'd that happen?
They did that.
Because
because Cooper Kupp
that
had 30.
stack is an
Yeah.
impossible cup.
Yeah, Jake, you've got 2 of the top guys in the MVP round.
I don't think he's got Tua.
2 of.
Oh.
2 of.
If we
You
took
do
out-
like
if
Tua
we-
though, so I didn't
I
know
do
if you
like
just subliminally threw that in there.
You take the top 5 like in MVP voting right now. He's got 2 of them, and the other 3 are all quarterbacks.
He's got Cup and Taylor.
yes. The other 3 are quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been.
And you ain't got those quarterbacks, but you got Matt Stafford. So every time Cooper Kupp
Who's the
scores,
quarter? Is it Brady, Rogers, and who's the other one?
Mahomes is like
Is
5th,
it Mahomes?
I think, or 4th or 5th.
I don't know if they have.
But it's pretty much Brady Rogers.
Yeah.
And I see Taylor making a case though.
Sure.
Cooper Kupp led the way for you, Jake, with 30. Jonathan Taylor we just talked about with 23. Zeke had a pretty good little bounce back game.
Yeah.
Taylor was basically average until that one run.
But it's the
That
same
that
thing
run
That
doubled.
one.
It looked like it reminded me of Adrian
Run.
Peterson when Adrian Peterson would have like 18 carries for like 60 yards or 70 yards, then you break off a 55-yard touchdown run. It looked like he had a fantastic game. It was one carry.
excluding losing. The
I
most-
hate losing.
excluding.
So winning?
Well, I'm talking about
Tying?
What's
worst
the best
feeling.
thing about that?
Well, no, the worst thing about fantasy football is when you are on the 1 yard line and your running back is the running back on that team, and they
Unless it's
throw
Philadelphia.
it, and you're like, you mother, and like you just get so mad at the offensive play call for not giving it to your running back.
So that's Varsity Blues storyline.
Yes, like
The running back got them all the way to the goal line, and then they let Paul Walker just drop it off for a 1 yard touchdown.
Yeah, don't worry. He got his.
I always feel like that's like the worst.
You talking about,
Damn.
you talking about the injury in the movie or the other thing in real life?
Keep watching it.
I
Doesn't
don't know.
I've said it to Brian before.
He
The
said
video
everybody had quiet, just
In
looked
Too
around.
Fast, Too Furious, when Paul Walker's looking
Too
at
fast
Eva
for y'all,
Mendes
man.
in the car, and they just keep looking. She says, "Keep your eyes on the road" or whatever. There's a video somebody made, and they cut it in the car wreck.
Oh my God.
I said it to Brian. We laughed for like 10 minutes. Oh my goodness!
I don't remember.
That seems like something you'd like.
And then 2 years later, he sent it to me with the Kobe Bryant one. So. What do I do? Back to the podcast, and we're still doing that.
Yeah. Matt Stafford ended up with 19 for you, Jake. I mean, all in all, after that, Chase Claypool. What do you? Well, we can talk about that, I guess, more so in the preview. But Chase Claypool.
It was a bad game for Pittsburgh. I don't know
All the
who
way
did
around.
something.
It's a
negative.
bad game for
Big
Pittsburgh.
Ben had a rushing touchdown.
It's a bad game for Pennsylvania.
Johnson and Harris, neither
Well,
one.
Philadelphia
went
won.
10, and then Claypool subbed.
They did.
Split the difference.
You know, Andrew had some guys step up. St. Brown
Amon-Ra?
Amon-Ra St. Brown. dude.
Detroit all the way around
had a
stepped
big
up.
game.
The mummy in the museum's name was Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
Losing Godwin early.
Yeah, losing Goblin hurt.
The faith in him.
He was, I think, 7.9 through a quarter.
Huh?
I think he
Steve
got
Tuck.
hurt at the beginning of the second with the torn
Tonight
ACL.
museum?
Yeah.
That
So-
sounds,
I
I thought
sounds
the Mummy was on.
Him and
That's what I said,
Gascan.
Mummy.
You said,
late
no,
switch
you
by
said
him.
Night Museum.
Yeah,
We just
the
keep
mummy,
talking
right?
about the pod while they do
Ah,
this.
it's
but
Steve Tuck.
a late switch from
Steve
Wilson
Tuck.
to Gascan
Steve
kind
Tuck. No,
of,
it's Amon-Ra.
lost them the matchup.
I
St. Brown?
talked to him about Gaskin,
No,
and I
no.
told him I thought Gaskin was going to score a touchdown. I didn't know that Duke Johnson was
You know
gonna
that
come
huge
back
goal-
from the dead.
You know that goal line back Duke
You know who
Johnson?
did come back from the dead? Amon-Ra. Night Museum.
Full circle.
I see where.
You know who has come back from the dead? Paul Walker. And here we are.
Didn't we make the same reference with a wide
Full
receiver
circle.
last week?
In death?
Yes.
We talked.
Man,
I
that's a
don't.
list.
I don't.
Anything to do with
I don't
Donald
want to
Farm?
start. I don't want to start.
Hey, Donald Farm is stable. He's out of the hospital.
His hands were stable when he knocked him off.
Oh.
He had a concussion. My goodness. Were you friends with his mother or something?
Yeah.
Donald Parham Sr. Oh, his father, I think. He could have been his mother. I don't know.
Yeah, Gaskin. I didn't see that coming. I mean, he's been up and down all year, but I didn't see Duke Johnson getting signed and then coming in and being like a workhorse. Did not see that.
I would have liked to have seen him start Jeff Wilson. Well, I think Mitchell didn't play,
Yeah.
but you can't bench Gaskin because he was going against the Jets, right?
Right.
I mean,
Right, and like rushing wise, they look good. It's just
it was just the wrong guy.
And the Americans, they didn't look too hot. So the Russians look good.
okay.
I saw
I was
it.
Thank you.
Marquise Brown had a interesting game. 10 receptions, 43 yards.
It's more Bollywood than Hollywood. Am I
Ever
right?
since Hundley came in, it is Mark Andrews,
And
Mark Andrews.
They will force feed him the ball, and he's been doing a great job with it.
Is it a bad idea?
No, it's not.
Stafford did it with Calvin Johnson for years.
Is Lamar back this week?
I think he's supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll go against Mark Andrews this week.
I might go against Lamar this week.
Well, good. Hopefully he sucks and doesn't throw it to Mark
Yeah.
Andrews.
Hooray!
Other league talk.
Oh
Oh no, is this?
I'm talking about my league. I
That's
don't know
right.
what you're talking about. I only
My
have one.
league.
I only have one.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's true. That's true.
I backed out
That's
of
a one league man right here.
monogamy,
Oh.
monopoly,
It's
onomatopoeia.
I don't know what you're saying now.
I'm just saying words that have mono in them.
You're close.
Mononucleosis.
Ooh.
Hey, that's nothing to joke around about.
You gotta be careful who you go to house.
We've done that word twice.
Oh yeah, old duo.
Yeah, dual mono.
Yeah,
Like that makes
that's
sense.
a contradiction.
Tested for mono.
Old jumbo shrimp.
Yeah, you're the one that told me I wouldn't get it again. Can we do another test?
Because you're worth it.
Yeah, both teams left some guys on the bench. Gabriel Davis.
That's
had
what you got to
2
do. You only
touchdowns.
start so many.
So that's what I even was talking to him about. It's like, who would Davis have been in for? Probably St. Brown. Because the other guys you don't put on the
Yeah,
bench.
probably. But St. Brown, I mean,
Yeah.
that was the right start.
I guess if Odell had stayed on the COVID list,
Odell.
that would
Or
have
if
been.
Odell would have stayed in Cleveland,
Oh, no.
that wasn't even a question.
True.
Anybody want any of this cookie?
No.
had a nickel.
All right,
What
so
about the
that
fish we got on the
takes
table?
learning to walk again
Learning to walk again.
out of the playoffs.
Sing his.
And it takes turd sandwiches. I don't
That's a punk rock band if I've ever heard
Yeah,
of
true. I
one.
don't know how to sing that one. Takes turd sandwiches into the final 4.
All right. All right.
Yay.
All right, next matchup.
Now wind up. Brian versus Jordan. I know.
All right, so we had the 3v6 matchup here. The original projection was 132, victim of the system, 121, WFT, no dot 2, 1 football respect, red dot, yellow dot, feather flag.
Oh, we ain't singing those anymore. All
The
right.
final, 81 to 110 in favor of Giordano.
The return of the ginger.
Turn of the ginger.
Part 3.
He owed you.
It's a Star Wars movie.
Part 3.
He owed you.
Huh?
He owed you. He owed you.
This is history of the World War II.
He owed you.
But we never got.
Brian, you killed him in the quarterback matchup, and he killed you in the tight end matchup
And in the
And
final score.
wide receiver.
and wide receiver.
That might be the lowest wide receiver I've seen
Jeez,
across 3
Brian.
people.
You had 5.23, 5.1.
We don't need
I
Hey,
put up
9
81
points.
for the week.
What was that, Rain Man?
Dude, sorry.
Brian,
Brian,
keep
what
putting
was
up 5.24. 5 point.
Look, start of the year, I thought you had the best receivers.
Start of the year, I might add.
Cordero, Jamar Chase and Cordero Patterson, those two alone.
Yeah, no, that thing was going good.
Yeah.
That train died quick. I told JT the other night, I'm happy to be out of the playoffs now because I knew I didn't have a team to win, and I didn't want to get any hope.
You know,
Oh,
I
you
said
like
the
losing
same
out of my
thing.
misery.
You
Losing
know,
the score from the last play
I
of the
feel the
game.
exact same way.
I don't want
I'm
to.
so
What are you
happy.
talking about?
I'm so happy that I'm not in the
After
playoffs.
he's already drowned his sorrows, he's got. What is that?
Just go
What
crack
stage of
you
grief is
another-
that?
go
Acceptance? Is that the last one?
I don't know. I haven't made it past that stage. I kind of just made it my home. I'm loving it.
Won't
So
y'all know-
warm.
won't you know they're both indulging in alcoholic
Alcoholic.
beverages?
We are off the rails.
Ryan,
Right, AJ Green outscored your receivers.
Man, fuck you. I know. I kept up with it.
You did win the running back matchup, though.
You know who else did? Clyde Edwards over there.
With all the dropping ads Jordan did, does he even have that same team for this week? A whole new team.
I think he just dropped his entire bench and just picked up other people.
It works.
You seen other people?
Idiot.
Yeah, Jordan was led by Mark Andrews with 30, and then outside of that, they had 14.8 from Devontae Parker, had 14.5 from Deonta Foreman, and then 15 from Houston's D, which carried him, especially with a bad week from Brady with 4.7. The rest of his team,
I mean, Diggs put up 11.
They are using
yeah.
Deontay Foreman just like they used Henry. Not nearly as effective, but they are using him in that same role now.
I mean,
They tried to do it with AP, it didn't work.
He's
Right.
a big boy. AP, man. What is it, 38, 39?
And Foreman
I
comes
think he's
from
like 34.
Oh,
Yeah, Foreman
really?
came from Houston, but he was a dominant running back when he was at Texas. And
Was he?
It was.
He got I think a serious knee injury at Texas, and then got drafted to Houston. I think he tore his Achilles or something, and just never worked out for him. But
yeah. I mean, you can't just change the whole offense. I mean,
because you saw what
especially
happened
with
when
AJ Brown and Julio.
when they tried, it did not work.
Right. So that's their option is just to keep running their offense.
Yeah.
Which is
Run the
Not only
ball,
run.
control the clock,
Mhm.
and then play decent defense.
yeah.
I mean, you want to play good, but they don't really.
they don't really have the defense to do that, and they lost to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
There's
And
that.
Pittsburgh sucked in that game. We
Yeah,
already
they
talked
did.
about that when we talked about Scorp's team.
Josh Allen
The score
ended up
had
looking pretty
Pittsburgh's
good for you,
offense.
Brian, with
Decent.
26.
They only have 2 players on their offense.
Right around his projection. Aaron Jones, again, right around his projection with 14. Then Buffalo's defense with 15. Those are your leading point getters. Outside of that, man, it just got rough. It just got rough.
Yeah, Brown just had 4 wide receivers that all were 6 or 7 or less.
Terry
If he
McLaurin.
gets any of that, I want that guy to get a quarterback so daggone
He's
bad.
got Heineke.
Not in that game.
Well, not in that game, no.
He will this next game.
Heineke's better than anybody's Carolina's got right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Their backups better than anybody Carolina's got right now.
That's a.
And both of them were on Carolina.
They were.
True.
You didn't have much going on the bench either, did you?
Nah, I mean, my team's hurt.
Yeah.
Dang, you had
picked up at
Craig Reynolds
Picked him up.
with
Which
112 rushing yards.
That
Greg.
I had
Detroit.
to work a waiver wire, fella.
That Detroit
Somebody has to
Arizona
put him in my
game
fucking
was- messed with me, man.
That what?
The Detroit Arizona
Alcohol's
game.
kicking
'Cause
in.
I had 2 people in the Arizona side,
In there.
and they got benched in the 4th quarter for the backups because they were getting blown out. It usually is the other way around. They've done the damage and they.
No. Just make sure it's the right
I
one.
didn't see that
The best drive Arizona had all game was Colt McCoy let them down in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, 2
You're right.
pistols, Colt.
That's your boy.
I like Colt, man. Should have beat Bama.
Hook 'em horns.
Screw Bama.
Should be
All time.
Bama, but he only got to play for 5 minutes.
7 minutes.
Yeah.
Got 2 drives out of it.
All right. Well, that takes Giordano,
No.
number 6 seed, takes him to the Final Four, and victim of the system, it eliminates you.
I'll polish the trophy. And then I'll take the fantasy football trophy, and I'm going to get that looking all shiny and everything.
Thank you.
We're good to go.
Can you do that in the other order? Because Because I don't know if there's going to be cleanup in between. Maybe.
I don't ask too many questions there.
That's
All right, next
fine.
matchup.
Next matchup, Ryan versus Broach.
All right, the 4v5 matchup. We had Rob G and the Magic Mikes versus the Fantasy Phenoms.
They're here.
Original projection was 129 to 133 in favor of the Fantasy Phenoms. The final 66 to 145 in favor of the Fantasy Phenoms.
Good Saturday night for you, Russ.
Thursday night.
Good
was better.
Thursday night.
Thursday
Yeah.
night. Sorry,
Saturday night's all right for fighting.
I keep
Saturday
getting
night,
this
I
too.
got 4.5 out
Yeah.
of Ramondre Stevenson.
Excuse
which was
me.
a disappointment.
Thursday,
Thursday
night,
night.
you pretty much almost outscored Broach's entire team just from 2 players Thursday night.
Yes.
I think it was like 3 points off. Or
And basically outscored Score.
Yeah.
throwing straight gasoline on this fire.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
He hasn't
not
said
cool.
anything in a
Too
while.
soon.
I'm trying to bring
Hey,
him back.
Brian would have won if he would have traded Travis Kelce.
You're welcome.
Aaron Jones was your second leading scorer. Terry McLaurin was
I'm
your
not
high.
saying a whole
He
lot.
was your high scoring receiver by a lot. He had 6.
Who was the 2 that you traded away?
He traded away
Oh,
Kelsey
yeah.
and James Conner, and I traded McLaurin,
Higby,
Higbee, and who else was it? Aaron
Aaron
Jones.
44 points.
half of what I put up. Okay. yes.
Yeah, Ryan, you were
So
led
you got
by.
to do some wheeling and dealing, boys.
Cooper Cup tears his ACL to one from his football. And Matt Stafford breaks his leg on the same play.
That's the great white hope.
Yeah, I went there.
Let it happen next week. Week 1.
Not for vengeance.
First quarter.
Yeah, but
What is wrong with you?
So Travis
sorry.
Kelce and
After the
Tyreek
season.
Hill led the way for you, Ryan. 36 and
Well, I don't
26
care.
respectively.
I forgot.
They had like
Yeah,
20
bro.
some catches between them.
They did.
You did block Chris Paul.
I did block.
They had
this ball.
22 receptions combined.
That's a 20 some. I don't
Yeah,
know. how many it was.
22 receptions, like 350 yards,
3 touchdowns.
and 3 touchdowns. And
What-
Travis Kelce could have had.
What Jake was talking about earlier about the person getting tackled at the 1 yard line and them coming in throwing it, that happened to me with Travis Kelce. I was pissed. I was like, if you're going to get down there, y'all are going to score. Just let it be my guy. And they turn around and throw it to Tyreek Hill. So I still get points for that. I was
It still
pissed on
worked out.
Thursday night, though, watching that
Yeah,
because
I
they
would be
happened
too
to
if
play
I
the
got,
Chargers.
58.
I mean, yeah, it worked out for fantasy, but I
I
was
love
upset at how they
fantasy
lost.
football,
You know what
but
I'm
the Chargers lost. What the cathedral might be?
But no, if they're going to put up those numbers, I want it to be a blowout. I don't want the Chargers to be up the whole game and losing overtime.
I remember that.
Boy, Chargers. They're still going to make the playoffs. But boy, that hard.
They're tied for the 7th seed right now.
Oh, God. Poor Chargers.
Why do you sound like a 5-year-old Jewish kid?
Oh, don't say that.
Oh,
You have
God.
to do that.
Russell Gage.
Rochelle
What's
Gauget.
about hoes?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Who scored that touchdown?
Oh my God.
Your son. Oh my gosh.
It's one of my best draft picks that was not on my team for
The
12 weeks
majority
out of
of
the
the
season. I'm
season.
picking back up.
You know what, kid? I'm gonna put you.
Yeah.
Hey, kid,
You sent him down to the minors. You brought him back
I
up.
had faith in you, kid. You just need a little bit of growing, a little bit of seasoning needed.
Yeah,
You got it.
19. That was your third high scorer, right?
Dude, he's been very consistent lately.
Debo Samuel, who operates pretty much as a running back. With
He gets
16.
like 2 or 3. He's the number 1 wide receiver. Gets like 2 or 3 targets a game, and then gets like 5 or 6 carries. But he scores from about the 20-yard
Well,
line
but,
every
yeah,
single
all those
game.
carriers are in the red zone.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. I think he scored from like the 15 or something.
Yeah, they find ways to use him. Leonard Fournette, decent game, 10.2, but you ended up losing him for the rest of the season.
He was the only offensive player that was actually doing anything in that game, and tough.
That is tough.
I mean, when he left Jacksonville, they said he couldn't catch it all, and he's leading the league in receptions for running backs,
I know.
which is crazy.
Kid can't catch.
Jerry Jeudy didn't have a catch.
Hey man, Jake said that last week. Denver doesn't throw the ball at all,
He didn't get a target.
and that's when we went on the Albert Buka
You know who did?
or whatever.
Who did?
Bridgewater.
He got targeted.
Did he really?
Right in
They
the
took him
noggin.
off on a stretcher. Is what he's trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Now I
Brian
got
that said it, so put it in context.
Yeah, okay. Brunch was led by Tua Tagovailoa
I like Tua.
with 15.7. 15.5 from Antonio Gibson. And that was pretty much Broach's team. Cleveland with
was it.
11. Everybody else in single digits. David Montgomery 8.8. Mike Williams 6.4. Just not a good week for Brooks. Let's check his bench.
Michael Pittman got ejected. I think he got ejected in the first or second quarter. Pittman
Oh, yeah.
had on Saturday
Yeah,
night.
that's true.
It's all foam.
Yeah.
It's all foam.
He's had. There's no way he could.
There's no
I
way.
mean, you put up 145. There's nothing on his bench to help
There's
him out
no
there.
way.
But like I said with Scorp's matchups, like there were a bunch of people he had going on Monday and Tuesday, and I was like,
Man,
just
one
let this
week
thing be
long.
over. Because I mean, he had something like, all right, if these guys put up 50, technically, it could happen. You know? Hey,
Time to bring him back.
Clear. He's back. Talk shit real quick.
get him! Put him down! Put him in the dirt! Don't nail him in the floor. Screw him in the floor. Feed him fish. You remember what I'm talking
I
about?
know exactly what you're talking about.
Nobody else listens to our podcast is going to listen to it. That's what I'm talking about.
We're doing matchup best. Let it go.
I glanced at him before I said it, but yeah, it's like that Monday and Tuesday thing was messing me up. It's like, man, I wanted it to be over. I just wanted it to be over.
I do too.
He's right now, currently. You love that.
All right, so that takes Rob G and the Magic Mikes, eliminates them from playoffs, and it takes the Fantasy Phenoms, the 5 seed, to the Final Four, and that concludes our week 1 of the Fantasy Playoffs.
All right.
It's over.
What's next, Robertson?
We got pick updates and bold predictions.
Oh, let's hear 'em.
All right, so pick updates. Brian went 3-1 last
That's your
week.
best week.
Oh, best week.
2 games over 500.
This
boys.
guy,
Look at him. Look at him. He's at least locked into 500.
No, we got he's 2 games over 500.
I got you, boys. I got you.
with 3 total matchups left to pick.
This is tight.
You have to get 1 game
Tight,
right.
son.
You get 1 game right.
You're locked in.
You're locked in.
I got it.
All right.
It's in the bag.
Jake went 0-4,
Damn.
and then me and JT both went 2-2. But the matchups we
Good
picked
luck,
were different.
Good luck. Good luck. Good him.
Good.
It's true, man.
All right.
You
We've
had
got-
one.
He
A half.
hard.
The picks are now locked in.
Go ahead.
JT won picks. I finished second. Jake finished third. Brian finished fourth.
What's the record?
Do not give me a single.
52-22 for JT. I was 46-28. Jake was 42-32. Brian was 38-36. Brian, if you get all 3 right and Jake gets all 3 wrong, you only lost to him by 1 matchup.
You still finished
It ain't about
last.
that, man. I want him to do good.
Thanks.
I'm just trying to stay above. Fuck you, man. Don't
Don't test. Hey,
Do
don't
you not
test.
remember the Krispy Kremes that we talked about earlier? Do you not remember these memories?
Yeah, we didn't get to eat those because
You
they got
mean
burned up.
before you left me?
Yes.
Just
That's the
harping on that still, huh?
All right, bold predictions.
All right, bold
Okay.
predictions.
We're
We
two
didn't make
matchups
many.
past
I think I got at least one.
Your first one's right on it. Miles Gaskin, 15 plus fantasy points.
Okay.
Wrong. Missed that one.
Jake said all 3 running backs for him would be under their projections.
Not right.
Wrong.
Not right.
Only no.
Ryan says Kyle Pitts 50 plus yards and a touchdown. What did he
Wrong.
get? He got
Yeah.
50 plus, but didn't get
Yeah,
50.
he had 9.8. He had a good
All right.
lead.
JT says Amon Ra St. Brown 15 plus fantasy.
He did.
19, baby.
Got one.
He also said
Wrong
Saquon
kid.
Barkley 98 yards and a touchdown. And
Wrong.
still wrong.
Damn it. Damn it.
She got retired now.
And then Brian said
Is he now?
Brian said Saquon Barkley under 7 fantasy points. I think he had 9, right?
Fuck, I don't know.
9 or 9.4 or 7 point something.
We can check it.
I think he had more than 7, but not by
We
much.
can check it.
Next one, JT said Gronk will have exactly, and I wrote down the
7.4.
exact.
Exactly.
He said exact prediction because I asked, is this at least?
7.4 for Saquon.
Yeah, so Brian was right. No, he said under, so wrong. JT said Gronk will have 6 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
Wrong.
Wrong
Well, then it's
on all parts, I think. And then Jake said Kelsey will have at least 85 yards and a touchdown.
Hell yeah.
Got that one,
He
baby.
almost did that on one play. It felt like.
2 times over, really.
Yes, it was.
Good job.
Still got it right.
All right, so
That's all of them.
You were right.
yeah,
We got to make
I
more
said
this
we didn't
week,
have
boys.
many.
We got to make more this
We
week.
got to make
We
more
only
than
got
last
2
week. We got 2
matchups.
matchups.
Got to make more, boys.
I said we were pretty light
I'll
on
make some bold.
I like when you're here.
bold what?
Listen,
What's the
you
next
want a
word?
prediction?
Hey, what's the next word after bold?
I got it.
Predilections.
Predilections.
Y'all
Okay.
suck. Merry Christmas.
You're derelict your duty, son.
Fuck
I
you.
appreciate it. Hey, your mother used to listen to this show.
There's a
Your
reason
mother
she does
used to
it.
listen to this.
There's a reason. And I know She hasn't just
That's
gone
what
behind
you
my
were
back
wrong.
and just listened to one of them because she hasn't given me the look. So we're in the clear, boys. I don't even think she remembers I even do this.
You know who she has given the look to before?
The only person in this room that hasn't, well, there's two, is him and you.
I've got a look.
He's got the look. You're second in the team.
And the famous
She don't
words.
even give Chris for a look anymore because of me. Her
She's
face was freezing.
She's giving up on that kid. That's her first born.
So she'd walk in. What'd you do? I know you did something, but I don't know what it was.
That new
Can't
shirt.
put my finger on it. I know what happened.
I like that shirt, Mama. You still got the tag on it?
Do any dishes? No laundry?
She was ripping his
That shirt.
face off.
Tag on there. Who's good?
This is the
Go to your room.
make fun of Debbie Roberts portion of the podcast. Apparently, Brian
Oh,
Lee.
shit.
You're the one talking about it.
I love my mom.
I do too.
What's that supposed to mean?
I love your mother.
I love both y'all's mamas.
And you want me to tell the story about how I met your
What's
mother?
that supposed to mean?
She showed up to baseball practice one day and we played on the same team, Fuzzy Garden. That's it. Don't need 9 seasons to tell you that.
Was that when we was on the green team?
I think it was red.
Oh, that's when we were the Indians, but we had the Braves logo.
Yeah, keep it a classic.
But the shit we said on this podcast, that's like the least offensive thing. Oh,
The
he-
Guardians.
Well, not the least. I am proud of our
We're
league.
the Guardians.
They're over in another casino,
The Guardians.
of the galaxy.
which are two Indian statues.
Which Indian
connected to
statues
the
on
side of a bridge.
But they're on a bridge.
But I mean, they're guardians now, so
Not
you
of
can
the,
think it,
not of the
but
galaxy.
don't you say it.
Okay, I won't think.
Cancel culture.
But
We woke.
woke culture. What a family. All right, wave a wild wrap up.
Wait, wait.
Wave a wild wrap up.
Which one was it?
What we have, Ryan?
You got 3 empty bottles. Pick one.
No, man, it's nasty.
All of it's nasty. Beer, dip.
Whoa, now.
So your attitude.
Easy.
How you feel about that?
I'm not spitting it anywhere. I'm keeping it all in.
You're talking.
It's a swallow.
My fantasy team won. My
You get
Tigers
this
lost. I'm so sad. I don't know.
What
When
did
he,
you tweak and you did?
you said which one am I spitting in? They're all spitting
There we
bottles.
go. That's your wife.
Hey, I don't like you. You put this guy in between us and there's friction. I don't like it.
I'm starting to remember you left me at work.
I did.
It's all about
It's not
leaving.
grudges.
Oh, I know. I'm home for a long time.
I'm just gonna let you boys know. You know what today is? December 23rd. You know what that is?
10, 20, or 12.
Festivus.
No, it
Oh,
is.
it's the airing of grievances. I gotta like both of you people.
Hey, you wait for Feast of Strength, fella. Oh, we're gonna have some fun.
You better move that fucking table in there, Jake. It's going down.
I'm moving.
Either
Mandelbaum. Serenity now. All right, right for Wild
Stop short.
You got it, buddy.
Another thing. Son. All right,
It's the loudest
Seinfeld hour or
podcast
so.
we've
This is good.
If we do it, the
Michigan.
podcast after 8 p.m.,
Yeah.
everything is off the rails.
Yeah.
But we had waiver wires.
Yeah.
We had Elijah Moore, $10 went to Jake.
I drafted him.
Nice.
Chargers defense, $10 to Jake.
Defense.
Justin Jackson, $8 to Ryan. And Cole Kmet, $1
Plays
to Ryan.
basketball.
I drafted him.
Who, Cole Kmet?
I did.
Yeah, that's when you drafted like a bunch of the tight ends just,
Three
to mess,
Bears.
just to mess with Andrew.
3 Bears in a row.
Yeah, I drafted a bear.
That
That
was
was
TNT.
I don't have so many problems with you.
Go, Mama.
Matt, Darnell Mooney, and Justin Fields.
I do like doing that.
You couldn't have drafted Allen Robinson to save me some pain. I appreciate you.
Jake, I'm just
Which
gonna
I
go
think
ahead
he's
and
still
say
on
it.
Jordan's roster. I think that's one
I
of the
like
people
that
he didn't
wrapping
drop.
paper.
Did pick it out.
I know
All
you
right.
didn't send a pink book bag.
I like the
hope you
book
did.
bag though.
But I like that
That's
wrapping
mine.
paper.
That's
That's subtle and nice.
You shouldn't have brought attention to it. I could have snuck out with it. But now,
All right, so waiver wire wrap up is done. So now we're going to do matchups there.
All right, so this week, because we are in the Final Four, we are going to treat both matchups as match for the week. We are going to go
Position by position.
position by
We
position.
need to say that in Spanish when we repeat it.
Point at me now.
I
We're
needed
2
the
years
ball.
into this thing.
to cue me in.
Huh?
No,
He needed a cue ball or something.
Hmm?
What'd you say?
Q me?
All right, first matchup, Ryan.
Human's good.
Meet Q.
Oh, a meat cute. Meat cute. Your Q-tip went in my sandwich. It's a meat
All right, first matchup, Ryan. I don't know what you're talking about.
22 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. All right.
21's better.
Uh,
Continue.
I agree. Ryan versus Michael.
All right, Rye versus Michael. We have the 5v8 matchup of the Fantasy Phenoms versus I'm Immunized Michael Smith.
I've got more problems.
Dude, he
Oh,
looks like
Air those grievances.
I know.
that
I know.
emoticon, not that one, but the actual like
Yeah, that's the only one I have.
stick figure one. He looks like that. All right, we're going to
Slim and clear.
We're going to set Michael's lineup.
Dadgummit.
All right,
I can't.
Jake.
I know I can.
Well,
Yeah,
we're doing position by position, so
So you can just keep it as we go. Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'll write his out that we have.
Okay. All right. So I'm not even going to touch the original or live until we get to the very end.
Okay.
All right. So quarterback, he is going to start.
Jackson probably if he's healthy.
Let's see what they're saying about Jackson.
He
So
did not practice today, though.
Jackson did
Did
not.
they
participate.
apologize to his mother?
What's wrong with his mother? His father was a mother.
Right now, they're saying the
What's
more
that?
pessimistic side of questionable
For who?
for Lamar Jackson.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Tell him.
We were talking about that earlier.
There you go. So let's say Jalen Hurts. Just to be
Everybody
safe.
gets one.
Yeah, but he's questionable too. He
Let's see
left
what they
last
say
week's
about.
game.
Let's see what they say about limited second straight practice.
Limited, he'll start.
Yeah.
It's quarterback.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah,
from
but
the
do you
cat.
know who the next guy up is?
Who's the next man up?
Got him and shoot.
My boy.
Our boy.
Love that dude.
Both backups have played well this year, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
In a scramble, he could go either way.
Yeah.
But let's just throw Jalen Hurts because he does seem like the more likely of the two to play. So Kyler Murray versus Jalen Hurts. Kyler Murray against Indy. Jalen Hurts against the Giants.
See, this is what's
Hey,
getting
you
me
wanna-
about the conversation. On
You want
this
to go
one.
through his whole matchup so we can have them written down?
You'll pick out.
Yeah, just pick out Michael's whole roster and then we can go.
Okay. All right. Jalen Hurts, 24.
But let's say Jackson did play. You start Jackson at Cincy before you start Hurts versus the Giants, don't you?
I'll
No,
start
I'll
Hurts.
probably start Hurts.
Dude, because Jackson, Hurts has run more than Jackson, and he throws better than
I feel like
Jackson.
Cincy's got lit up the last 3 weeks to fix.
He's got more rushing touchdowns.
All we've
on
done
the
is
year
talk
than
about how
Jackson.
Jalen Hurts is just fantasy gold.
I think Henderson, the defensive end for Cincy that left New Orleans last year, has been fantastic. I think he left the game, and he might be on IR.
Okay.
If he hasn't played, that hurts Cincy's defense a lot.
Okay.
But I don't know if he's out for the year or just left the game that I was watching.
All right, so Hurts
All right.
25.
So let's go to receivers. You're starting Devontae
Verse
Adams.
24.
Starting Devontae Adams with 18.
Just put 17.
Starting starting Antonio Brown if he's playing.
Dude, if he's playing, that's a
Li-
number one wide receiver.
limited for second straight practice.
Yeah, and considering
Evans might not play, probably won't. The Godwin's on IR.
Right,
And
Fournette.
It's number
Fournette's
one.
on
Oh,
IR.
yeah.
All right, so that's
Hugely,
13 for
hugely.
Brown.
Which, if Evans goes out, that number's probably going up.
Probably 15, 16.
That's more than 13. Yeah, good call.
Next, so we got two receivers. Third receiver is third
Jacoby
highest
Myers,
projection.
probably.
Jacoby Myers with 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then running backs.
Singletary.
Penny again. Penny with 11.
Yeah, it's
Probably
gonna be
Penny, and I would say Singletary over Michael Carter.
Even though Carter is playing Jackson, but that's probably going to be his
Yeah.
flex. So we can go ahead and
Okay.
Let's
pencil
put
that in.
Carter
Yeah.
at
Put Carter running backs. He's projected higher.
12.
Carter and Singletary at running back. Penny or
Carter
and
Carter and Penny at running back. Singletary at flex.
Okay.
And then Zach Ertz with, we'll say 10 because he's above 9.5 at tight end.
Okay.
And then defense, I guess, I don't know, man.
Miami.
That's tough.
He'll probably go Miami.
Miami's
I would go Miami because they're starting a
Yeah, that's
fourth
right. They're
string
starting a
quarterback.
fourth-string quarterback. Their fifth string's Alvin Kamara.
Because who would Winston was the one. What was Winston was the one? I guess Simeon was
Simeon
the two.
was the two. Taysom Hill's
Taysom
the
Hill's the
three.
three. So they're starting the four.
Taysom Hill's doubtful.
Taysom Hill's on COVID list.
Is he is on COVID?
Yeah.
I saw he was doubtful today. I saw that he got downgraded.
Yeah, I think he's on the COVID list. And I don't think it happened till. I think I'm pretty sure it was the COVID list. It was happening either today or yesterday. And
Okay.
He says didn't have enough time or something. Maybe he's not vaccinated.
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So I don't know who their fourth string. Ian Book, is that right?
Ian Book was the quarterback for Notre Dame. So yeah,
I think that's their fourth string.
He's a rookie.
Their fifth string is Alvin Kamara.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, if Alvin Kamara was a starting quarterback,
He
Does
would be
get-
just as effective as Taysom Hill is.
Does he get quarterback eligibility?
Well, why would you?
No, you
start
got to do it.
I
by
wouldn't,
weeks.
but I'm just curious.
I would love to have
Why are you
Debo
thinking
be.
of that?
They did that one time when the
Well, because Taysom Hill was, I
remember
thought,
wide
Tight
receiver
end.
quarterback and tight end
yeah.
eligible a couple of years ago, and
Yes.
then
Yes. Yes.
what did we say his name was?
Webb.
Joe
Joe
Webb.
Webb,
Joe Webb,
because he
yes.
lost me a matchup
Yes.
because Brett Favre was supposed to be benched and miss his first game. He ended
Yeah.
up playing like a quarter and a
Yeah,
half,
Brett Favre.
Well, he did miss a game.
and he was
Huh?
terrible in that first half. It was snowing. That was a fun game to watch.
You just wait for the grievances, boys.
Okay.
What have we been doing this whole friendship?
Friendship.
Yeah.
That's what you
We've been
call
doing
it.
this last 20-some years.
All right, so that
All right.
puts Michael at right around 120.
Did we say Miami's D? Is that
Yeah,
who
we
ended
did.
up going?
So we said right around 120 for my original and live projection. Ryan, your original projection 133, live 135. You got Debo going right now.
Do y'all want to help me set my lineup?
Well, I like the Debo start.
Well, I love the Debo start. I've just got two guys from Kansas City on the COVID list right now.
They'll get out. They'll get
They're
out.
saying it's looking like a Tuesday bounce, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, still, they're not
looking
guaranteed.
like a Tuesday.
The thing that will help you a little bit, Kelsey. I know they said he is vaccinated. but I
Kelsey's
haven't
vaccinated.
seen- I
and
haven't
Not
seen-
that
heard
there's
anything
anything
about
wrong
Tyreek.
with that.
Now, if Tyreek isn't vaccinated, that would
Not that
got-
there's anything wrong with that.
well,
Continue.
just for
This
fantasy.
is the Seinfeld.
I know. We've just done some straight Seinfeld this whole time. And this cookie is making me thirsty.
It's black. It's-
Yeah, it is.
This
Half
beer's
and half.
making me thirsty.
Yeah. But I don't know about Tyreek, but if he is unvaccinated, I think they said it's still 10 days minimum, so he would miss.
Turn up. Don't be a pussy.
You drinking truly.
don't be any more of a pussy than you are.
But yeah, right now I currently have 3 people in my starting lineup that are on the COVID list. I think Tyler Lockett might have just come off. The
Yeah,
bye.
he's not got
officially-
it. Yeah,
Okay,
he's
yes,
not
he
got
came
it.
off today.
All right, so Kyler Murray versus Jalen Hurts. Kyler Murray playing Indy, Jalen Hurts playing the Giants. Who you taking there? Hurts.
Hurts.
Yeah, I think I'm playing Hurts too after
Indy's
last week.
defense has been pretty good this year.
They're the scariest team in football right now.
I don't know about that.
They
Oh,
are
yeah,
because
I don't think
there's so much unknown.
Green Bay.
Well,
Green
friends
Bay
still
just got
listen to this
lit up
podcast.
defensively.
It's fine.
Indy's defense has been
Kansas City's the one that scared me. 'Cause
Yeah,
their,
well-
their defense.
Well, their
played
defense
very
is starting
well.
to do.
KC, Green Bay, that was my Super Bowl picks, and I'm sticking with them because I feel like both of them trending are good direction right now. Rodgers MVP favorite.
You
Back
just
to back.
wait until Derrick Henry comes back next week and the Titans start looking good again.
Maybe.
Listen, brother.
I know,
love you.
Week 18.
Probably not going to happen.
Give us more hope.
Week 18. They're in the playoffs.
I don't even think they play
Playoffs.
week 18.
Playoffs? Who?
Henry.
No, they've already said that he's shooting for a week 18 return.
Yeah, they're saying
before
like last
playoffs.
week.
He might get 4 or 5 touches.
Well, I'm not playing him. We don't have a week.
It's
I
not
know,
a fantasy
I'm
thing, but
just
yeah,
saying.
if he comes back in the
I
That
playoffs,
called
would be
them in my-
stupid.
I called them in the Super Bowl pick. That's why
but
I
it is looking like Indy might pass Tennessee for that division
Yeah.
by
Who
the
did
end
you
of the
pick
season.
in FC?
NFC.
we both
Rams.
picked
We
Tennessee.
both picked the Rams.
Who did I pick?
I thought you picked the Rams.
Did I pick-
Ah, he's
I think,
got it.
I think he picked the Bucks.
Yeah.
No, that's a good pick.
I think.
Not anymore.
All right, so
It's not us.
but Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
Kyler Murray without DeAndre
I'm going
Hopkins
to say
scares
Jalen
me.
Hurts.
But see,
just
this
because
is
of that.
back-to-back years. Kyler Murray getting right there in the playoffs for us. I mean, into the regular season, but he falls off.
He got injured. He got injured last year too.
Yeah, he couldn't throw it downfield.
It was last year he hurt his
Shoulder, wasn't it?
shoulder, so he stopped running to the goal line. This year he hurt his ankle, so he stopped running a little bit. And DeAndre Hopkins kind of got banged up at the end of the year last year, played through it. This year he's missed
Right.
4 games or so.
I mean,
It's basically Arizona's dominant first 8-9 weeks of the season, and then they kind of just
Taper off.
well, I think something else to consider here is how dominant the
Kingsbury
run
gets
game
fired.
has been.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, James Conner emergence and now
Chase Evans is back. He's
Chase
still
Evans is
super
back.
effective.
So just looking at those two kind of perspectives, like losing targets, you're a little banged up at quarterback, having
Sure.
2 running backs that can do it.
Yeah.
I just think Hurts has more fantasy value this week.
Absolutely. You lose the number one option, you go more run heavy.
Do you
Whereas-
concur?
I do.
You like the Eagles?
No.
As he wears his
No, we'll
Eagles
give it
to
away.
wear.
We'll give it away.
The smile.
All right, let's look at receivers. So
Brian had Tampa Bay and Tennessee in Super Bowl.
okay.
So,
James Conner's on a 1-year deal.
yeah, that's what I told you.
Somebody, man.
I said last week I want the
He's
Chargers to
he's
pick
worth,
him up.
he's worth the same somewhere.
Oh.
He goes to Philly.
They got too many running backs.
Yeah, they got
They
Kenneth
can trade him
Gainwell.
away.
They got
He's
Boston
smart.
Scott.
Maybe
Apparently
that's
good
the
signing.
other Miami that we had brought
They
into the
could go to
conversation.
Well, he can't go to Miami. We have penciled
I'm
in.
gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell
Kareem
you
Hunt
what.
to
I'm gonna
daggone
tell-
Miami.
I'm gonna
Almost
tell-
every
I'm
podcast.
gonna tell it to you right now.
Tell.
Carolina trades away Christian McCaffrey to get Deshaun Watson, sign James Conner to a 2-year deal.
I think I know who James Conner is going to go to.
Dead money, I feel like.
Buffalo.
Everything the guys have money, but we got the richest owner in football.
Buffalo.
Yeah, but you still have a salary cap.
Buffalo.
There's penalties involved.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo?
I'm going to keep saying it until someone actually hears it.
Yeah.
James Conner to Buffalo?
Yes.
That's pretty
You
good.
don't think Zach Moss is going to emerge?
Zach
as
Moss.
a-
If
It's a
you
healthy
healthy
scratch.
scratch him that much,
Yeah,
no.
he is overrated. I mean, I feel like he's overrated.
I think it's a
Crap.
crowded average backfield,
It
in
is.
my opinion. You got like 3 dudes who you can't, because even Matt Breida,
Matt Breida.
Matt
Yeah.
Breida's
it's like
he's
pick
a
some.
special teams player.
He's a special
You
player.
put a James Conner with that.
The only
I think
reason
it
Matt
opens it
Breida
up.
was effective is because he played for Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was basically it.
I
He's
agree
just
with
super fast. That's about it.
All right, let's look at these receivers.
Look at him.
So, Ryan, you got Debo, Tyler Lockett, and Tyreek Hill. We said that Michael had Devontae
Devontae
Adams.
Adams, Antonio Brown, and
I'm
Jacoby
taking
Myers.
Ryan.
Well,
That's
there's
receivers.
one stipulation on this, and I think everyone's going to agree.
Tyreek Hill.
You got Russell Gage going in, who's
Russell
been
Gage
playing-
will go up to my third
Yeah.
wide receiver, and
Who's been-
Tyreek's out.
got
been playing better, and I think that might make me consider it because of the Brown and Adams on the other side.
Lockett, it's almost halftime. Samuel currently has 8.6.
Yeah.
So
So no, I mean, again, if Hill's in, I think it's you and a lock. I think if Hill's out, with what we were talking about with Tampa Bay only having Brown to throw the ball to this week,
Mixed with Adams.
mixed with Adams,
Ooh,
and then
that'd be a weird
it's not
look, kid.
even that Myers has been playing bad. I mean, I think he could be right there with
I feel
Gage.
like Gage
Ball prediction
without-
coming in.
Bubble Vision.
You shall not pass.
If he plays. Asterisk this.
Who does Iffy play for?
Yeah, who's that?
If he plays. Antonio Brown, 20 plus.
Whoa, that's bold.
Antonio Brown is the best receiver we've seen in the past.
Brian
9 years.
concurs.
You're going with it too.
I agree.
I'll go under 20.
I was going to say Debo finishes with above 20.
I can't do that. He's already started. But I like it. Say some.
Well, I mean, according to the projection, that would be bold considering it's
sure.
halftime 8.6.
So are we saying you said the same thing
Yeah.
as him?
I concur.
I did
20 plus for
You know who
Antonio
else
Brown
concurred?
if he plays.
Alexander the Great.
Mm-mm.
He concurred almost the whole world.
He's not Brian. That's so stupid.
I
I
watched,
love it, but it's so stupid.
I watched Die Hard the other day, and Hans Gruber's talking about
Best
it.
Christmas movie.
No, it's
What
not.
a question.
Christmas Vacation by far.
Not
Over Die Hard?
my man.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's
Yes.
a Wonderful Life. And
That
I'm not-
relates to us more than any movie you will ever watch.
Cosmetic.
I would say Die Hard's up there.
For me, it's a Wonderful Life. It's fantastic.
See,
That got
just
my
a
man the
little
role in
argument,
Family Matters,
You
okay?
went from Die Hard's the best Christmas movie to it's up there.
No,
Already
no,
won.
no. It's up there as most
That
relevant.
was, it's relevant.
It's a
Jingle
Wonderful
all
Life.
the way.
I've seen that. a lot.
Dude, Jingle All the Way. I saw that
You
last
get
night,
my
son.
man Sinbad in there?
Turbo
And,
Man.
Dude,
What's
love
his name?
Jingle All the Way.
Guy that used to be on.
Sinbad.
No, he used to be on Saturday Night Live. What's his name? White guy.
Sinbad.
Buscemi.
I don't see
Oh,
colors.
there's
You
a
got to be
lot
more
of
specific.
Ted
Lot of
something.
those in
Ted
common.
something.
Dancing?
Lasso?
I know who you're talking about.
Ooh, I do like
the
that.
same
last
guy from Austin
He sings
Powers,
it.
give grab the rails and give it hell, buddy. He's in that movie, isn't he?
No, it's
Dang, what's his name? He had a talk show where he said,
yeah, he's on Best Dang Sports Show. Period.
Yes,
Tom
Bergeron.
Tom
McDonald.
Arnold.
Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold.
Yes, he's in there, right? Jingle All the Way.
I haven't seen Jingle All the Way in probably 20 years or so.
I feel like
I saw it last night, son.
I just listened to a Barstool
Of course he
podcast
did.
where they were drafting
He wouldn't say
side
that.
characters from Christmas movies.
He went to the
Was Chris Brown one of them?
No,
That's
It's
Delta
Chris-
one of them?
it was Barstool Chicago. I think 7 out of the 25 picks were from Home Alone.
Were they really?
Yeah, because that Home Alone's based in Chicago, so they all.
Ah, I
picked,
got
so.
Chicago. You're up.
Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Sorry.
Shish kebab. Shawshank Redemption. Chicago.
Yep, you're up.
You're up.
Yep. Chicago.
Okay.
All right.
Newsflash.
Who's flashing?
So I think I'm probably taking Ryan's receivers here too.
But like we said, if Tyreek doesn't play, Russell
Tyreek doesn't
Gage
play.
goes
I'm
up there.
taking Michael because I got an AB for 20.
That's what.
So does Brian. He conquered.
Let's see what we got next. Running backs. All right, Ronald Jones, Chase Edmonds. For
I've got
Ryan.
Chase Edmonds in there right now because Connor hasn't practiced all week and they play on Saturday. If Connor plays, he's probably going in for Edmonds.
All
We
right,
are
so
playing there. So,
But I'm
hold
playing-
on. Let me ask you this: would you rather have no Connor so Edmonds gets full workload, or
I would rather have
50
Edmonds by himself or a healthy Connor. But if Connor's only practicing on a limited basis tomorrow,
Yeah, that could watch
they
it.
play on Saturday, so he's
That
got
could hurt
one limited practice in. I don't want to play Connor and he'll play one quarter and re-injure and out. So I might play Edmonds either way.
Ronald Jones less than 10 points.
Less than 10?
Ooh.
Oh, man,
Ron-
he's playing that
see,
bomb. You
Ronald
might want to
Jones-
start somebody else.
Ronald
Dude,
Jones.
I'm saying
is-
Ronald Jones gets
Yeah.
like if you
Put it
want-
down. Let's
All
hear
right,
it. Let's
hold on
hear
a
it.
second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna write Bronze down.
While he does that, I'm going to say what I think about Ronald Jones real quick.
Oh,
There you go, grievances.
shit.
But if it's the same thing, I think I'm gonna be really mad.
He's one of the more talented runners, but he always gets in the doghouse
You said
because he
less than
can't stop putting the ball on the ground.
Mm.
Like that's his biggest issue is that he even when he went in,
Here's the tissue.
they played on what Sunday night.
Yeah, they played Sunday night against New
I
Orleans.
felt like he was running well and had big yards. I mean, he just can't fumble because the problem is if he fumbles once, he's out of the game.
I don't think so without Fournette.
I still think he'll do it.
Look at that picture.
I think he hates him that much.
They have Ronald Jones, Le'Veon Bell. They just signed today,
Yeah, but it's
and I don't.
Bruce
I think
Arians who has familiarity
Yeah, but-
with him.
Leo Fournette is out for the year. Giovanni Bernard's out for the year.
Yeah.
So they don't really have anybody else. And I think last year, the 3 weeks that
They've got
Leonard
each other.
Fournette missed at the end of the season, they were giving Ronald Jones like 20 to 25 touches a game, and he was
Gonna go
very
smoke a
productive with
cigarette.
it. So I don't know if he's the only show in town. He might be good.
Le'Veon Bell, 60 combined yards.
98 yards and a
You
touchdown.
wanna- Yeah, they just signed Le'Veon, dude.
Hey.
I think he's gonna get some. I think he's gonna get at least some touches.
Is he the new Robert Ory ring chaser?
Oh,
What kind of ring?
He was on Kansas City 2
Hey,
years
hey,
ago.
hey.
He was on Kansas City 2 years ago, won a ring. Was he on Tampa last year? Won a ring?
No, he wasn't.
No,
No, but I think it was Kansas. No, Kansas.
he was in
City,
Kansas
too.
City last year.
Was it Kansas City
Yeah,
last year?
remember because he came. He got signed because Clyde.
Oh, so I had it backwards. He's on Kansas City last year. Okay.
Tampa this year.
He's with Tampa now.
Yeah.
What's going on with your hair?
He's putting his arms through it, hand through it. Way
Yeah.
I'm gonna wipe this sweat on my head.
He doesn't have long arms. I don't have to reach all the way up there.
Oh.
All right.
I got to deflect.
Okay.
He's a bully.
Airing our grievances, I see.
He's
Hey.
a bully.
You know, thanks for my windshield wipers. I didn't appreciate it.
You want to get the ball?
Hey, get in the pool. Get in the pool.
This is a terrible podcast right now. We're just talking.
It's
I didn't
the-
say it.
It's the worst fantasy podcast in our league.
And the best.
It's also number one.
And the one right in the middle.
Yeah.
What if?
I put Ronald Jones 100 yards in touch.
What
All right,
if?
you give me Le'Veon Bell 60 combined yards.
Yeah.
What if?
What if I?
What if?
What if? What if? What if?
What if God was one of us?
So you deflected from Creed?
Just a slob like I went Austin Powers. That is my deflection. Blah blah blue, blue 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 blue.
Sorry,
Blah blah blah.
Guys, we're
Proper
really
guy.
sorry
Oh,
about this
hit it.
podcast.
What if Jordan, Michael,
Michael Jordan.
who would the other one be?
LeBron.
Right, Mark.
Okay, what if Jordan, Michael, and Reitmeyer do a podcast about our fantasy league? They just haven't told us.
I thought you were about to say, what if they did a podcast about
Well,
our
Michael would just
podcast?
talk shit to Jordan the whole time. Team sucks.
Hey, that'd be fun. I'd listen to that.
But that's what we
It'd be
do.
better
We
than
just
ours.
change people every year.
Ours is just a lot of Seinfeld and random Creed references.
and side conversations.
There's nothing wrong.
Jordan would
with
have
that.
all this
Not that there's
information
anything wrong with
perfectly
that.
researched and get it
Oh,
all
yeah.
out. Michael would still be like, still sucks.
True. I'd listen to it.
Oh, yeah? It helped me.
All right, so Michael's running
With arms wide open.
Pretty intense.
Creed is intense.
It was pretty intense. So his two running backs are
Rashad Penny.
Rashard Penny and Michael Carter.
You missed what
but
it
against
is.
Jacksonville
Oh, that was great.
and
Chicago.
Chicago. So
So
it's
Oh,
Jack, get
two
it in there
good
for you.
matchups.
What did Rashad Penny
Giggity.
do last week? 5.4? Nah,
And Michael Carter ceded a lot of stuff to Tevin Coleman.
Yes, surprised about that.
And Zach Wilson doesn't throw the ball to Michael Carter.
No, what was the quarterback in there that was
Mike White,
Mike White?
Phillip Rivers just dropping it down to the running back 15 times a game.
Yeah, dude, I think Michael Carter had like 12 receptions one
That's what Michael Carter did.
But Tua
Carolina
likes
was just-
Gesicki.
That's true. That is true. He does like Gesicki.
Who does?
Tua.
Tua does like this.
I'll take
He likes
Ryan.
Jalen Waddle the most. Though.
Waddle.
I'll take Ryan.
Yeah, I'm taking Ryan's running backs there. All right, tight end matchup. We've got Travis Kelce,
Maybe.
against Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz playing Indy. Travis Kelce playing Pittsburgh. If Travis Kelce plays, we're all picking Travis Kelce, right?
Right.
Yes.
But what if that Cole Kmet plays?
I'm
probably
taking
taking
Zach
Ertz.
Ertz.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good stipulation.
Travis Kelce, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Travis Kelce's going to end the season number 1 tight end.
Which, I mean, he took number 1
And then
from Mark Andrews, and Mark
took it
Andrews
right
took
back.
it right back like 3 days later.
Nope. Yeah, he did. But I'll still take
Gotta be
Travis
quicker
Kelce
than
number 1 tight end
I agree.
into the league, into the year.
Into the league.
Travis Kelce.
Write that down.
You want that too?
Long term. I'm in with you.
Mark Andrews played well.
He's over 1,000
Sweet.
yards, right?
He's played very well. But I'll still take Kelce with KC heating up.
The Chargers ran single high safety against them because
Stupid.
Derwin James got hurt. And basically all year, that's why Kansas City's been struggling. They just had 2 safeties high and trying to get them beat underneath. They run
That's the
single.
problem.
They run single high safety. Tyreek Hill goes crazy. Travis Kelce goes crazy.
No, you can't run.
You can't do it, man.
because they will eat you alive.
And they did.
Num 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 num.
And you look, the first half,
And he would show up shit because they lost the game.
the first half, Kelsey didn't do much. Tyreek Hill had a bunch of receptions, but not a lot of yards.
Mhm.
Derwin James gets hurt, and they went off the second half and overtime. So
And he would show up shit about that. I'm done.
Oh, please don't. All right.
you went from the baby talk to almost like Adam Sandler,
Yeah, you did.
Billy Madison voice
You really
when he's talking to when he sees the penguin. That's your spit bottle now.
Yeah, it's just a little Copenhagen Budweiser.
Good mix.
It makes you American.
Copenhagen
Jerk.
from like Denmark.
Denmark. Yeah.
No, not this.
Okay.
Special.
It's not from-
Flex
It's
matchup.
American made.
That's Copenhagen. Totally different.
Copenhagen.
Flex.
Flex matchup. We got Russell Gosh versus
Oh my
versus-
god.
Oh my gosh. Devin Singletary.
Devin
Right. Oh, Devin Singletary playing New England.
Give me
Russell
Singletary.
Gosh playing
Give me
Give me
Detroit.
Singletary.
Give me Gosh.
Gosh.
Give me Singletary.
I don't write these down, but all right.
I know,
yeah.
but-
No, we're just looking
Yeah.
at you. 'Cause you're looking at us.
Who you taking there? Gosh.
Gosh, yeah.
Give me Gosh for
You're just going bold extreme.
100. I told you we're gonna make some bold predictions. I'll
You
make them
already-
myself if I have
You
to.
made-
I'm making myself.
And then Bryce just agreed with you so far.
100
We've
yards.
had 7
100
so
yards
far.
receiving.
JT's been in 5 of them.
100 yards receiving, Russell Gosh. He's only done that
100 yards receiving.
once. So I think that's bold.
I think
What was that, 2 weeks ago?
No, 3 weeks ago.
Well,
But who's count?
Brian does not concur.
Okay.
Okay, put that down.
Write that down.
All right, then we got the defense matchup. We got Tampa Bay versus Carolina.
Well, we're taking Ryan
you want to
there.
make a bold
Well, I don't know. You
prediction?
got Miami going
Carolina
against the 4th
beats
stringer.
Tampa Bay.
Make it. Make it.
All right.
Say
well,
it.
Jake did it again.
Say it.
Brian concurs.
What did you say 2 weeks ago?
I'm not.
Jacksonville beats Tennessee.
And that was wrong.
You said Carolina beats them?
Yeah, Brian concurs.
Okay.
They're going to shut down Ronald Jones.
That's why I said Ronald Jones less than 10.
I see
That's
that.
why I said Le'Veon
But then
Bell.
you built
60.
up an argument
You
against
said
me.
that, and I started
But
thinking about it. And I was
Devin
like, Sam Darnold's back.
Devin Singletary's been garbage
Cam
all year.
started.
He plays Carolina last week.
That's
and had
right.
his
We're
best
going
game
with
of
a
the
running quarterback and
True.
a guy who can't pass.
That's why
well.
Le'Veon Bell's going to have 65 yards.
But in this
65
game,
is
you
what
had
I wrote.
Darnold at quarterback.
That's what you
I
said.
think I said 60 combined.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah, 60 combined.
Like
'Cause it might be
that.
rushing, might be receiving.
Rod Chazinski.
You
all
I know
over
what
you.
combined
don't know
means. I thought
who's
you said
getting the
65 was
snap.
the number.
Yeah, Miami against New Orleans. New Orleans only scored 9 points last week, but as we know,
You don't always score the same amount every week.
well, okay. They also played Tampa,
Okay.
so Tampa's got a good defense.
Very good.
Then you've got
But JT
I
likes
do.
Tampa. JT does not like Tampa. JT's
yeah. Give
indifferent about Tampa.
me Tampa in the defensive matchup.
Would y'all play Tampa against Carolina or Kansas City against Pittsburgh?
Honestly, I think I might play Tampa.
I mean, I've got Tampa in there now, but I'm just saying, Kansas City's been
I
fantastic defensive wise, but Pittsburgh I feel like has more
Carolina
weapons than
sucks,
Carolina.
dude. They
I
might
don't know.
put Darnold back in.
Yeah.
Cam start.
No offense, but
Which I'd rather.
Pittsburgh.
No offense doesn't play for
Oh
us.
yeah.
Just like
Pittsburgh
Justin
sucks,
Case
too.
doesn't play for us.
Who does he play for though?
Justin Case?
Yeah.
Multiple teams.
I don't know. I
That's
think
not
you
legal.
win either way there, Ron.
I think so. Too.
Okay.
So let's break it down to the who's going to win this matchup.
Give me.
Fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. That's 3 weeks in a row, Jake. 3 daggone weeks in a row.
Can't keep pointing. Somebody wake Scorp up.
And what,
He's
it's for the
drank
best.
too many Trulies.
As of right now, it's for the best.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna do it.
Give me Ryan. Give me Ryan.
Okay.
Give me a ride.
Oh, we're playing basketball? I got Jake.
Oh, bad first pick.
I don't think I've ever been picked first ever on a pickup basketball game that our friend group's had
I have a
ever.
wreck.
What?
I have a wreck.
You have to wreck.
You are a wreck?
You
What'd
either
you
said
say?
you had a wreck, or you
You
basically
are a
are a wreck.
What?
Neither one of them.
What are you?
Are
Oh,
you pitching
speaking of
to-
wreck, prayers up for Ransdale.
It's true.
I have it the wreck, but it came out as I'm a wreck. So
Was that the game where those? Was that the game where everybody that y'all told him that I was the fastest person out of our friend group, and
I was like, I got him first pick. They're like, why would you take?
why would you take the
white boy?
5'10" guy that can't get off the ground?
5'10". Sure.
I'm 5'11", there, fella.
All right, Dalton. What do you want to do? I can do this all night, Robinson.
He's coming for you, Robinson.
Well, not anymore.
I'm
But
still
that's
coming.
what
I'm
I'm
not
talking.
there.
You have no idea. That's
What do you think,
still
Scorp? All right.
Who you taking? Who you taking?
See.
Look at Ryan. See.
I'm a good Mike.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm a
Good
right hot
offset.
hand.
okay.
Who did everybody else do?
you know you gotta get 5.
You.
Yeah, okay.
He took
I
he had
like it.
145 points last week. I think he's the high end.
Huh? No, yeah, but I'm on the upset alert.
Okay. All right. I'll take Ryan. You got Mike, Ryan.
Everybody went
Ron?
with me except for Brian.
Okay.
But I love you
Hey, you don't. I've heard what you said about him tonight.
Yeah.
because of what I've said.
No, it's because you didn't sit there.
You think that's a problem?
Put a Scorp-shaped wedge between us.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I like Scorp a lot, but it's a
Obviously
Scorp-shaped
not.
wedge between us.
Scorp-shaped wedge.
You know that old chestnut.
We're at school.
Roasting on an open
It's
fire one night.
lunchtime. He's upset because he was saving a spot for me, and you put your tray down. Eat your applesauce. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, applesauce, chalky milk. I got you.
All right. Next matchup.
Jake.
Jake versus Jordan. If he doesn't ask me for next matchup, I just sit here and we'll just keep small talking. I won't do it.
I have to tell him.
Hey, I need the transitions.
Next matchup.
Next matchup. Jake versus Jordan.
Hello. All right.
Doors or is there no?
Hello.
We have turd sandwiches. Retro projection 142, live projection 141. Versus WFT no dot 2-1 football respect red dot yellow dot feather flag. Retro projection 115, live projection 111. All right, we don't have to set a lineup right here.
That's good.
So we can just go through it. All right, Matt Stafford against Minnesota versus Brady against Carolina. Who you taking? Taking Tom Brady.
Brady Stafford.
Give
me Stafford.
Yeah.
Taking Stafford.
Brady.
Give me Brady after that showing last week.
Brady. Brady. Stella.
I get it.
Okay, just want to make sure all parties involved. Just wanna make sure.
Bring my baby girl down here.
Yeah, I'll take Brady after them not
Streetcar
putting
named
up
Desire,
any
where it
points
came
last
from.
week. Brady's pissed.
You ever seen the movie Hollywood Homicide with Josh Hartnett when he's actually playing in Streetcar Named
Just
Desire?
think of Channing Tatum saying, "I'm Jeff," the way he said.
My name is Jeff.
Hey, all right, over under 1. Tom Brady says, "Go fuck yourself." Over.
Huh?
Did y'all not see this last
How
week?
many beers has he had?
I've had 2, 3. I've had 3.
I'd expect this.
And a
happening.
tr-
Yeah.
Hold on, dude. Did y'all not see that last week?
Yeah,
buddy.
buddy.
Sure we did, champ.
good job.
Sure we did. Who's so
What do you
most of
bring
us
up
are
next?
taking
He
Stafford
threw
or
the
Brady?
tablet around?
Bold prediction.
I'm not
Go
going to write
ahead.
that down. You know that.
Go ahead.
Never mind.
Okay.
It was the
over.
What are we doing?
We're doing the matchup of Jake versus Giordano.
I know what we're
Quarterback.
supposed to be doing.
Yeah, we're talking about Tom Brady, Matt Stafford.
What about the over under 1?
Of him
They
saying
go
that is a
fuck
Tom
yourself.
Brady, the Tom Brady bold prediction.
Oh, okay. All right.
I feel like you're not on the same page with me.
So wide receiver.
So does he need to turn the page?
What?
He's doing something. He's stopped being a bitch.
Say it again.
Elliott Page?
No.
I can't hear what you're saying. Just breathe.
All right.
That's what talking is. Just get some air.
It sounds like
Russ, come
Russ
on, man.
Brown. That's 2 weeks in a row.
I said Russ that
I
time.
want
I
to
didn't
let
do
y'all
that
know.
one.
An hour ago, he said, "Man, I don't drink." Look at what we've done.
You keep opening them.
I know.
You keep filling them
Look at what I've done. Look what I continue to do.
Out of all the places you should have sat, it realistically was over there beside Jake. Because I mean, he's mad at you because I'm not there, and I'm a terrible influence.
All right, over under half. No, over under
Give it
one.
another
Hey.
shot. I want to know.
What are you doing right now?
Score throws up.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking the over.
This
Over
feels,
under on what?
Score throwing
This
up.
feels like Scorp at
You're
the,
going
Pan-
over?
Yeah.
at the Panthers-Chargers game. It's
Oh,
exactly
yeah,
how he was
yeah.
until he passed out half.
Yeah, why was
not.
that shit? Could have bet this one.
I was mad at that
Oh God.
I was so
All right,
upset.
all
Why
right.
couldn't I go?
You
game.
were
Your
sick.
your
Great game.
family
One of the best
switched.
days.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Chris,
we had
you were
Chris
at
sick.
Grandover.
I had
Yeah,
pneumonia.
you were
He was
sick.
sick.
That's right.
You could have fought through it.
Who all went? Oh, that
He
was
had pneumonia, I think.
Yeah, I had pneumonia.
that was janitor day.
That was the Oh yeah.
Boy, you've come a long way.
Not very far.
You went from janitor concoctions to truly.
Yeah, that's a sheets down the road. That's
Say
I think
sheets again.
No, she's down the road.
She's down the road.
I think that's what she said. Is that you're supposed to say that?
Stella!
Receivers.
I think this if Stella lives in my neighborhood, she's like, who the fuck
You got
is that?
neighbors? Are your neighbors gone?
Yeah, David.
You're
What if
welcome.
their dog's named Stella?
You wouldn't say, Stella, come here.
I had a guinea pig named
'Cause they had
Stella
better-
for 2 weeks. They stink too bad. I had to get rid of it.
Like, sell it.
What?
Oh, right.
What about Stella Artois?
Not good. Overrated.
Okay.
But the glasses are nice.
All right, receivers.
They're stellar.
All right, so
We
Jay,
didn't talk about the quarterbacks at all with it. We just took our picks and then
I
went.
talked about Brady numerous times. I said after last
We
week,
haven't said
they put
anything
up
about their
0 points.
matchups or where they're put on the field.
No.
Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp are going to be fantastic.
I said Tom
against
Brady.
Minnesota, who's one of the worst
Doo-doo!
defenses in the.
puppy.
Baylor,
Get him, baby.
it's whoever
Oh, I'm
Stella
serious.
is. Come here.
Stella.
We already know there's poltergeists in this place.
Sure. I'm still going Tom Brady.
Okay.
I'm not mad at you.
Okay.
It's a solid pick.
Thank you.
I mean, I just feel like this is going to be a Ronald Jones game, but I mean, I get you. I understand. I don't say that confidently.
All right, we ready for receivers?
Sure.
All right, so we got Cooper Kupp, AJ Brown, who's going right now. Let's put up 9, and Darnell Mooney.
Dude, he should have put up like.
He's had 11.
15.
It's basically
He's
through a
dropped.
quarter and 5 minutes. He's had 11
Yeah.
targets.
Well, I just watched. He had a 20-yard catch in his hands and he dropped it, and then
So it
he
wasn't
ran
a
a
catch.
wheel route, and well, that's what I'm saying. He
Yeah, he
should have a lot more.
Should have.
Okay. On the other side of the ball for Giordano, you got Stephon Diggs, Devontae Parker, and AJ Green.
I'm taking Jakes, and I don't think it's close.
Yeah, I'm
I'm gonna
taking
take
Jakes
Jakes.
too.
Because I think New England's going to try to take away Diggs with J.C. Jackson.
Who's the leading receiver for Jordan's team?
AJ Green. Yeah, I scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with him on that.
Mark Andrews. I guess it doesn't.
You
didn't say wide receiver.
Yeah.
Just said-
Wide receiver.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah,
that
AJ
changes
Green.
everything. He's not that wide.
I don't know, man. Devontae Parker.
I think it's going to be A.J. Green.
It might be Devontae Parker. You know what? Put me down. Devontae Parker. Top wide receiver.
In this matchup?
No, for
I was
Jordan.
about to say.
Brian says Devontae Parker, number 1 wide receiver.
For Jordan.
For the week.
For Jordan.
of the year.
Of 2021. When all the chips are down. Matchups are down to 2. Mono y mono. Y mono y mono.
That sounds like a battle royale. A Royal Rumble, even.
In the cream. rises to the top.
Rises to the crop. What are you talking about?
Cream of the crop. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but the cream rises to the top.
Wait, then you looked at me like I screwed up.
So close.
But the funny part is,
It's so far away.
He keeps pulling these
Right.
creamers out nowhere. Speaking of, Joshua Roberts is getting a magic. He don't even. He's getting a magic set for Christmas, and I'm so excited.
A magic set?
I'm so excited.
Are you talking about like the cards or an actual like magician magic?
magician?
Okay. I mean, there are magic cards. I don't know if he was getting into that.
There's no such thing as magic. Like
Oh, there
tarot
is.
cards?
Escort. We used to collect them.
Pokemon.
There is a thing. Digimon.
You won't drink beer, but you
Digital
get
monster.
spiritual cards.
I didn't have magic cards. I was joking. But there are magic cards.
I don't know, Robinson. It's awfully fishy. He did it. He did the thing.
Okay. I'm taking Jake's receivers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Jake's
a runaway.
Jake's score. Yeah, Jake's receivers.
Jake's receivers.
Jake, did you have
A pick in your receivers?
a contemplation of taking out Darnell Mooney with Justin Fields being Justin Fields?
Yeah, I hate Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean, I
Andy
think-
Dalton force fed him, and then comes Justin Fields, who I don't know who he throws the ball to. Like
The other team.
Well, apparently, who's been the leading receiver? I don't think.
Whoa.
I'd love to know if he's had a 100-yard receiver on the season while he's been in. Like someone in the game with him had 100 yards.
I think the only people he targeted last week were Mooney, Komet, and Montgomery. It felt like
Can't target Gentry.
Well,
half of Montgomery Gentry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's with us anymore. Him
Ain't
and
no
Paul-
thinking to it. They
and
only got
Paul
a picture of
Walker.
that.
Still,
Go.
I don't know what's going on with Pittsburgh, so I don't feel good about Claypool.
You thought about Kendrick Bourne at all?
He's on COVID list, isn't
Have
he?
you thought about Jason
yeah.
Bourne at all?
He's getting targets a lot.
Yes.
That's what I do like about him. He had a couple good games and then a really bad game against. That was the Buffalo Kansas City game, right?
Yes.
The really bad game? Yeah, he
Yeah.
He
The
had
one where they
0.3.
threw 3 pass attempts.
I don't
Those
know if
rushing
he's gotten.
yards.
Has he? No, he's gotten a touchdown this year. He's only got. Well, he had 2 in one game, and then. Yeah, never mind.
You make it the next week. Does Elijah Moore come back in the next lineup?
Yes,
Okay.
most likely.
Replacing Mooney then.
Probably.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck at wide receiver 3.
Yeah, it's been a problem. I've tried trading for it
Which, I
multiple
mean, you
times
were-
this year.
It was a problem wide receiver 2 and 3 until AJ Brown just came
Yeah.
So
back.
I mean, yeah, I made the trade with Scorp earlier in the year and traded away Javante with the hopes
Have
of
you
getting.
considered picking up Lazard? Lazard?
Have you considered accepting a trade in retrospect for Debo Samuel?
Yeah, but then Fournette got hurt.
I don't know.
But Joe Mixon ain't been really that great since then either.
I
So
know.
I don't know. Yeah, I still like the top 2 guys, especially Brown right now already having
Jacobs.
9. That's better than what I've had the last 2 weeks. And then Cooper Kupp's kind of a 2 receiver guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a bad week this week, and maybe I just.
Jake, he hadn't had a bad week all
yeah,
year.
that's what I was kind
8.9 is his
He
lowest.
scored like 8 on his bye week, I think. Just
So-
roll over.
of. Yeah, if AJ could get over 10, and then
He's
Cooper
almost-
Kupp
he's
do
almost
Cooper
there
Kupp
already.
stuff, yeah, I feel pretty good about the matchup at wide receiver.
All right, let's take
Especially with Diggs going against New England. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
it
you're
off.
I mean, that's the
I
thing.
know they had a rough week last week. New England's defense did, with Indy having a pretty good game.
I mean, but
You
that
don't
was-
wanna
that
play
was
New England
Indy-
after a bad week.
Indy was straight ran on him.
But
'Cause
we're
I think
talking,
Carson Wentz only threw, 7 times, 8 times, something
yeah,
like that.
so-
Why Indy's the scariest team in football.
looking at it, New England has been good against the pass this year. I like the
Yep.
matchup against Diggs.
Sure.
Parker, who knows what's going to happen with what receiver gets targeted, and then maybe
Or
AJ.
what corner? I mean, what Marshawn Lattimore? Which receiver they put him on Waddle or put him on
Well,
Parker?
let's
Waddle.
also not forget New Orleans' defense has been really good all year.
Yeah.
New Orleans has had a really good defense.
Who's the wide receiver for Cincinnati?
Jamar Chase.
No, the other one. Thank you. Because we can't talk about him. I just want to make sure he makes his way on the podcast.
Okay.
AJ Green, maybe
He doesn't
has
play
a
for Cincinnati
flashback.
anymore.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I really, if there's a guy that's
Now,
here's a guy. If there's a guy that can carry
on my way to the sun.
the one guy that you need that could step up, AJ Green is that guy. He is
Step
that guy.
up?
Right.
I think
You don't
they
think he's
look. They
limited
look
in
the
who he is
Christian.
now?
They look
Oh,
the
very
Christian
much
Kirk
so.
had
now,
2 touchdowns.
I mean,
last
he's had two
which I think one of them
of
came
the
from
basically the exact same thing where he had the corner beat in the end zone and just botched a reception.
What happened to Rondell Moore?
He's
Talk about like
He had-
early in the season, people
he
were
looked
like,
He had
good.
like
he's
one or
the
two
number
games,
guy.
and he went on the Pat McAfee show before he got drafted. It was one of the worst interviews I've ever had, and I just wrote him off.
Were you on there?
I
Are you
I'll
doing
listen
two
to it.
shows?
Oh well.
Oh, dude, I've been a correspondent on that show
Oh,
for years.
McLovin left the Dan Patrick show.
Did
It
he
was his
really?
last day. Yeah. Y'all don't. Are we
Watch
going to?
I don't listen to the Dan Patrick show often, but I have listened to enough interviews. to
Michael
know who
Bublé
McLovin
was
is.
on there today.
Bublé.
You're a big blue guy.
I like Bublé.
Blake.
I like that Sinatra type music.
I do too, man. I can Rat Pack sitting there in the jazz club, and I can
Yeah.
do it all the time.
You bring back
You
a.
might find Rob G and the Magic Mike's there.
You want to go to running backs?
They're a jazz funk crossover, which is crazy.
All right, let's go to running backs. We got Jonathan Taylor and Ezekiel Elliott.
the moon, let me. Okay, I'm done.
We got Jonathan Taylor and Ezekiel Elliott for Jake. We got Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Deonta Foreman.
That's a cool
Uh,
conversation.
going right now, 1.2. Give me Jake.
Yep.
It's Jonathan Taylor.
I think
Agreed.
Zeke could have a good game.
Yeah,
Last
plug.
week I was pretty critical about my running backs, and I made no
You didn't pull
secret.
any
I
punches.
think my running back's the only reason I've had the year I've had in Cooper Cup.
Okay.
That's like- sorry.
I mean, like my three running backs and the
I
MVP
mean-
candidate wide
but then
receiver I got.
What we just talked about before then, like when AJ went down, I have no idea what I'm doing with the other two receiver spots because they've been averaging me like 5 points a week.
Yeah, but I mean, you
But
drafted
Cooper
your
Kupp-
team to be
Averaging
carried by your
42.
running backs, and
Uh-huh.
they've done it.
Other than averaging 42,
Yeah, but that's yes,
which gives you two receivers averaging 20.
yes.
What?
Throw the
Good
ball
math.
at
That's
you.
good math. Look at there.
Catch it. Oh, you dropped it. You don't.
Sorry.
Jake's watching the game, and something bad happened
He went to the doctor this
AJ
week
had
to
a catch
catch
for a
rats.
touchdown and dropped it.
on fourth down.
No, second down. Look at this. Back
Wait, look at that.
Will you look at that? Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at it.
Look
Look
at
at
Look at that.
We
Look at
got-
that.
I got
That's pretty
broken
good. I
up.
thought it hit his
You know what I tell him?
chest and
You know
he
what I tell
dropped it.
him?
Throw the
Look at
ball
that.
up, Tannehill.
Will you look at it?
He looked at it.
Yeah, I got
I think Zeke could maybe outscore his best running back.
Deontay
not
Foreman
maybe.
right now has 6 carries for 12
Yeah,
yards.
Zeke. I think Washington just gave up a bunch of yards last week. He keeps getting goal line carries, and I don't know. When I watched Zeke run last week, I actually thought he looked pretty explosive.
Yeah.
Once he got the ball, he's not waiting like the old
Sitting
Le'Veon
behind.
at Pittsburgh, like just kind of sitting there waiting for it.
Just hit
Instead,
the
he
hole.
got it, just go
He
downhill.
just hit the hole.
And Pollard's still got a torn plantar fasciitis.
not
So
really.
as long
Yeah,
as that
that's-
still is,
So I think Pollard's out. I think he's on IR, isn't he?
I thought he came back last week.
He did come back.
Or did he?
Yeah.
He played.
I thought he was still playing.
I thought he got hurt. I mean, I know he got hurt, but I thought he got re-injured. Maybe he didn't.
Dag
That's
gummit.
Expected to play.
Okay.
Go back. It just changed for us. Foreman.
Oh,
scored.
Foreman just scored a
Foreman
touchdown.
just scored.
Okay, that changes things.
That
changes
changes
things.
everything.
How many yards were involved?
It was like a
Three.
3
He's
yard
got
run,
15
something like
rushing
that.
yards for a touchdown.
7 carries, 15
No,
yards.
it's James
for a touchdown.
Conner, weeks 1 through 5.
So
He's Lindell White.
thanks AJ for
Weeks
not making
his
him
entire
play.
career.
Yeah, I'm still taking Jake. That touchdown for Deontay Foreman definitely helps, though.
Yeah, it doesn't change the fact that Jonathan Taylor's playing on one of these teams.
True.
True. Thank you, Scorp.
All right, tight ends. You got Kyle Pitts against Detroit versus Mark Andrews against Cincinnati.
So, I want to ask the table something.
I'm not saying a word about him.
All right.
Kyle Pitts or Hunter Henry after last week?
Hmm.
Now,
Let the table answer.
They are going against
One second.
Buffalo.
Anything?
Hmm.
Nothing?
It's a bit grainy.
This guy down here gets it. He's on it.
about me.
I'll just stay with my own opinion.
Jake, I'd probably.
I don't know. Me and
still
you
go
talking
Kyle
about
Pitts.
Hunter Henry. It's just
It was the same situation. Maybe he's touchdown dependent, except for last week. He got a bunch of targets.
and
Yeah.
he scored twice.
Let's see. The last game against Buffalo again was that terrible
30-mile-an-hour wind. That- You can't. You got.
Yeah, you got to. He didn't have a target or anything. Only threw the ball 3 times. Whatever.
Do you regret going on coffee over milk? That's all I want to know.
I would still go Kyle Pitts. I think his floor is a little bit higher than Hunter Henry.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Pitts is going to get more targets, so he's got a higher floor.
Yes. His floor is higher.
And for me, when I'm projected to win a matchup, And
I'm
that's
going
not.
high floor.
I'm just doing. I don't want somebody to get a goose egg. Like if they get me 5 or 6, it's fine.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And you're projected to win.
Don't
by,
change it now.
You're projected to win by like 20 something. So
Hold on to him. While you-
I would keep it safe, or just bench them all.
I'm still taking Mark Andrews.
No,
Mark Andrews without question.
Yeah.
I think it won't be.
You could
I
put in
think-
Kyle Pitts
now-
and Hunter Henry together.
Who would you rather, if you had Mark Andrews,
I'd
see
rather
at quarterback?
Huntley.
Huntley?
Yeah,
Huntley,
because he's going to force feed the ball.
Well, I agree. I'm just
And I
seeing
just
like-
don't know-
Garoppolo and Kittle. And these
I didn't
guys.
know sometimes
I don't know why
teams
Lamar
get
doesn't.
film on a guy and then they start kind of adjusting how they line up against him. If that would be something where all of a sudden he doesn't look to Andrews and the offense struggles, where Lamar, people know who he is. He's so explosive with the legs. He opens up possibilities
Sure.
for Andrews in a one-on-one.
But I mean, Huntley's.
He's
He's,
explosive
I was about to
too.
say,
Yeah,
he's not there.
I agree. I think it would be Huntley.
Well,
as
they say Huntley had a 2 touchdown passing, 2 touchdown rushing. Lamar hasn't done that his entire career.
Mhm.
Huntley's already done it.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is a beast.
So Lamar's overrated, shouldn't get paid, and Huntley should be the starter.
Yes.
Or Huntley takes a starting job somewhere else.
Carolina. Sorry.
No, I mean it's up there. It's an option.
I was about to say it's not that bad of an idea.
we don't apologize for those things.
We could do a lot worse.
If Josh Birch wants to go to the NFL, he's got my vote.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, I'm taking Andrews. I want to make a bold prediction here.
Okay.
Um,
You haven't made that many yet.
y'all haven't made that many, and since y'all haven't made many, I feel like I got to make more.
I think Zeke will go for 2 touchdowns and 85 yards.
85 plus.
85 plus.
Yeah, go 85 plus.
I mean, he just hasn't got a
Because
lot
if you
of
say
rushing yards.
85, you have to get 85.
I think he's only cleared 100 yards.
No, unless somebody
he's
says
cleared
exact.
100 yards twice this year. But the last few games, 50, 51, 41, 32, 25, 45, 52.
In his rushing yards?
Yes. He
Those
just
are
keeps
lottery
getting,
numbers.
he just keeps getting touchdowns.
Yeah.
So,
All right, I will go exact on one.
Exacto knife.
exacto.
Give me Mark Andrews for 8 receptions. Exactly.
That's
Oh,
a
I'm
pretty
not-
good
I'm
one.
writing
I'll go Mark Andrews under 8
Okay.
because I'm going against him. I can't pull for him.
Under 8 receptions?
I got 8 exact. So you could go over, you could go under, you could go 8.
12 receptions.
Holy,
Oh.
that's
Oh my goodness, that's a big number. That'd be his
and
most on the
13
season.
touchdowns. It's like the Greg Olsen.
Scorpio,
There he is.
you want to get in on the Mark Andrews?
No, I gave a chuckle.
Okay, that's all. Okay.
That's all I'm willing to give.
All right.
Thank you, Bob.
Good commentary.
It's because he didn't hold
He
it.
didn't. He didn't.
Last spot of the year, maybe.
No.
Calendar year.
2 more.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah. Nah.
We'll
We'll
have
get
to-
the next one in for Friday.
Have to.
I'm just saying.
chill, dude.
I said maybe. Dadgummit.
We're not
I didn't
gonna
say
do- we're not
definitive.
gonna do a recap.
Stop cussing.
A recap pod.
After the season?
Yeah.
We have to. We got to talk about the champ.
Of the calendar year, not the season.
Just chill.
All right, whatever, Ryan. All right, flex matchup. We got Joe Mixon versus Devonta Freeman.
I don't want to say.
Nobody gives a shit about you, Ryan.
Questionable
Oh,
tag
that's
has
wrong.
been removed.
From Joe Mixon. Let's see. Damn, he's got 12 touchdowns. I knew he had a lot, but I didn't know he had 12. But yeah, practice full Thursday for the second straight day.
Taylor
So
had
yeah,
like
he's-
19 or something.
I'm going to Mixon.
I think Mixon gets back into the end zone.
Yeah, Mixon.
So,
Mixon's gonna
which
be the lead.
one? Which running back do you like in the game more? Because it's the same
yeah.
game.
I like Joe
Freeman
Mixon.
seems like a nicer guy, but I'm going to pick Mixon.
I think Freeman's grabbed
like
a hold of
Mick
that
Mixon.
backfield pretty well, except for
Yeah,
Black
they're
Murray
wasting his
came in.
ride to the
I just
sunset.
contradicted myself in the sentence.
Did you say
Uh,
contradicted?
Yeah.
Yeah, Connor Dixon. He's backup free safety. He's good though.
So he only had 6 rushes for 22 yards
Mixon
last week.
sucked last week.
Who, Freeman?
Mixon and Freeman.
Yeah,
He
well,
does when he's not on the
But
field.
that's what I'm
So
saying.
hard
Freeman is splitting time with Ladd.
Yeah, Murray came back and
Yeah. So
basically muddied
at least
that water
Mixon
again.
doesn't have any competition there.
Yeah, Samaje is. I think he's at like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
touches
give me
a
Joe
game.
Mixon.
Yeah, Mixon. It's.
Well, he ain't really going to break it down.
I don't think. I don't know why the projection's that close.
I don't either.
Unless they think Baltimore's defense is still good, but they've been ravaged by injuries. But I think it's mostly in the secondary.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see why the Kyle Pitts Mark Andrews projection was that close
Yeah.
either.
Mark Andrews should be 5 points or more ahead.
That's what I thought.
Touchdown.
Maybe they're accounting for Lamar being back.
No.
I don't know.
Or maybe
I
they're
don't know
thinking
why.
Detroit just gives up points to everybody.
Or
so-
why do they keep projecting Kyle Pitts in the double digits?
I don't
He's
know.
only went over
done
double
like
digits, what, 3 times?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Maybe
Twice.
He's a Pro Bowler.
22 and 19.
Yeah, that's
They were
still
what, one of those
hard,
was the
though.
London game.
All that does is make things harder for the Falcons.
You just wait.
Because if he makes it again, they're going to have to really pay him.
Kyle
two-time
Pitts,
Pro Bowler.
85
They
yards and a
drafted him
touchdown.
4th.
Oh, this guy's got one.
What'd you say?
Kyle Pitts, 85 yards and a
Kyle
Is that
touchdown.
what I
Pitts,
said
less
last
than
week?
49
Yes,
yards.
I'm taking yours from last week and applying it to this one.
I said 50 yards and a touchdown.
That was so bold.
Well, just the fact that you're saying he's going to score a touchdown is bold.
Kyle Pitts, less than 45 yards.
Man, fuck you.
No, you moved out.
And now you see why.
You said less than 50, Brian?
He said
No,
less
it's
than
less than
45.
Okay. Which is, yeah. Okay.
Which is also less than.
You know, that's...
Well said.
I'll take that over. I'll take that over.
All
I
right.
do remember something happened about an hour and a half ago. You know me, I make some bold
Yeah, you haven't made anything.
predilections or whatever you say.
Predilections.
Yeah.
All right, defense matchup. We got the
I'll say that I'm
Chargers
Yeah.
playing Houston versus New Orleans playing Miami.
Playing against Captain Mills.
You know who
I
I'm
think
taking?
this is pretty close.
Oh, I'm taking.
He's taking the Chargers.
taking
The other
the
one's going against Tua
Yeah.
and Duke Johnson.
Yeah.
Which the offensive coordinator came out and said they're going to continue to split
I know,
carries
I
in
saw
Miami
To say
between.
that New Orleans just shut out Tom Brady.
Bengals shut out Tua. Guarantee it. Write it down. They ain't gonna shut out Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, you heard that.
Bold.
Heard it right here.
Bold.
Heard it right here. Heard it first.
Probably not first.
You think so?
You don't think so? Gosh. Like a goof troop over there.
Yeah.
Brad McCoy coming back.
That's right. Oh god.
That was his nickname.
That was.
Very well done.
Thank you,
Dude, I think the Chargers are gonna win that game too. So you'll be happy.
That's not a bold prediction.
King, I can go home. Yeah, I can be happy about my fantasy week.
Now, what's your happy little kid voice sound like?
With you, all you do is bitch and complain.
It's a snake bitten franchise.
Snake.
I'm a snake. Twin snake.
This dude has nothing but
Did
drinking.
you like
He's
that?
Drinking
Gummy
his
what?
candy.
He's literally every time I
think
look
that
over there.
Very nice.
Or he's asleep.
Yum.
Who y'all taking defensive wise? Chargers.
Charges.
Giants.
Well,
Chargers.
What?
Bosa's not playing. Derwin James is probably not playing. He's
I
on
forgot
Dakota.
about Bosa.
They're both
I'm
on.
taking-
Still gonna take a Chargers.
Derwin James is on.
Taking New Orleans.
Yeah, give me New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to New Orleans because I don't like the quarterback on the other side.
Okay.
I don't like the quarterback in either of that game.
Be that way.
Oh, I'm that way.
Nah, I know you are.
I'll be like that.
It be like that sometimes though.
Is Tua better than Tom Brady?
This week is gonna be
It was
better than
last
last
week.
week.
Cam was better than Brady last week.
Well said.
Thank you.
Not really, but well
It
said.
was. You know what I was saying.
Yeah, it was- you get it.
This guy gets it. All right, who y'all taking in our 2v6 matchup of Jake versus Giordano?
Jake.
Taking Jake.
Yeah.
Jake.
Jake. Well said.
Jake. I'll take Jake. Jake.
Give him a consolation prize.
Well, I mean, I kind of want to go with Jake.
Jake, just pick a name. Just pick a name.
Jordan.
See, that's what I always want to do. I want to pick the other person so I'm right or I win. So either way, it's you're,
Golly,
you're
man.
hedging your bets, but I didn't do it.
Vanilla or chocolate? Well, the vanilla bean, when you get down to it.
First off, if you go on McDonald's and you're contemplating a vanilla or chocolate milkshake, sometimes that is a tough call, Brian. I've been in the truck with you, and you've gone through the conundrum at the window.
I have not. I get a
Swirl!
vanilla milkshake every
Can I
time.
get a swirl?
Vanilla milkshake
shit.
every time.
Bullshit.
If we're at two
Burger
places
King.
where my ice cream is
It makes me stand up here.
You even had. You even got
McDonald's and
Oreo
Cold Stone,
there.
I know what I'm getting. Don't
You
you go
became-
gangster on me. Don't you go gangster on me.
The opposite.
He's gummy worms.
That's all he's done.
Who's
is
the
eat
murderer?
and Drink.
I love that episode.
I watched that on quarantine a couple weeks ago.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Loved it.
All right.
We got ourselves a Mida.
All right, so we've got our predictions in for our final four of the fantasy football playoffs. Do we have any closing words for?
So I asked JT if he had to describe his friends
Oh, you can't say something.
to someone.
I think you can.
We can go.
Some of them.
We can go with 3 of the 4 in the room.
Why are you looking around at me like you're saying this? Like, am I the one that you can't describe?
No, that's great.
I'm gonna do the 3 of us
Did you describe me? Is that what you said?
That's
and
great.
and one person not here. Describe Ryan.
No, you didn't do it.
Describe Andrew. Do it. You got to do it. All right. You want the best one? You want the best one?
I got you.
He described Andrew Ransdale.
To a T.
Fucking perfect.
You ever seen a guy that went to a Kid Rock concert and then got lost?
No, he told me that the other night playing Call of Duty. I was out for 5 minutes.
My one about Brian. You ever seen a tall guy drive the circus but he couldn't juggle?
All right, that's not funny.
All the
Keep
visual
going.
qualities.
Nah, I can't do it.
He can't do that. He can't do that.
Wow.
I can't.
He
No,
can do it in
fuck.
private. He can't do it. He can't.
So you can't describe us,
I
dude?
want to know mine.
Can't describe it to y'all.
Well, you can't describe mine on the pod?
Not on the pod.
Mine not?
I just will see how far it goes.
Does mine have anything to do with?
It has a lot to do with a lot of
Yes.
things.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Any closing thoughts to week 2 of the fantasy football playoffs?
COVID sucks.
Kevin sucks. Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's a lot wrong with it.
Nothing wrong.
All right. So that's Ron's hot take.
You didn't say hot take. You said closing thoughts.
Closing thought.
COVID's really not that bad.
It's not going to affect his matchup this week, is what he's saying.
Okay. Closing thought.
I had COVID twice.
No, you didn't.
I think it did.
Unconfirmed, but I had it. I know it.
Jake,
I can feel it. Closing thoughts. COVID.
am I right?
This guy gets it.
I want one of y'all to start a conversation with that. COVID. Am I right?
Hey, you having Pluto? It's messed up,
Messed
right?
up, right? Merry Christmas, everybody. We hope here at the Fantasy Football 5 hope you have a very merry
Holiday.
holiday.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's a lot right with that.
There is.
Summer of George!
No. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
All right, boys, we will see you next week for the Fantasy Football Championship.
Well, we won't actually see.
You bet.